1, 2. Let me move my mic a little bit closer. There we go. Hello, friends. How is everyone doing today? We go back over here to Twitch, and yeah, there we go. All right. Hope everyone's doing well on this fine Saturday. So yeah, as the title of the stream implies, we are going to be doing some viewer duels today. So I guess I should probably start by setting up the room for that. There's a follow from ZenMaster718, and I fixed my alert box, so that's actually working now. Yay! Also, in between streams, we got a follow from a White Fox, thank you. Brutalis? Oh yes, Brutalis, of course, yes. Followed and subbed for 6 months at Tier 1. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I was watching Eclipse earlier, and she gave us a shout out. Eclipse XV here on Twitch, for those who have not yet watched her, is a very, very good Master Duel player. I highly recommend. Alright, so let's see. I also see Ski down here in the chat. Wario, thanks for joining us. Tron, first time chat, how's it going? I saw Pelham's here too. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set up the room. And then let's go ahead and take a look at some of the decks that I've been fine-tuning between streams here. I've been working a lot this morning. So I don't have a bot set up just yet, so I'll just like intermittently post like the room and viewer IDs. The way I'm going to do it is I'll start at table 1, and then we'll just go down the list, and I'll just go ahead and do it that way. So that way we can get everybody in order. So make sure that you're joining at the the lowest available table number if you want to get in sooner. Or if you want to join in later, that's fine as well. Let's go ahead and set the room occupancy to max. We'll just do a standard list. We'll do 600. I think 600 is a good dual timer. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and leave all that on. Lady Goo followed. Thank you so much for the follow there. And let's go ahead and grab the details. Got another follow from Pleasure Model. Thank you so very much for the follows. So I'm going to go ahead and... how do I want to do this? You know what, I'm going to want to post this in Discord anyway. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, by the way, do feel free to go ahead and check it out. There's a link there. Is that a sub I just heard? That is Kaztech with the Prime sub. Thank you all so much. Not only can you sub with Prime if you have Amazon Prime and get a free subscription, by the way, but it is also September, which I believe means it is 25% off of subscriptions. So thank you all very much. Yes, I got the alerts working, Zeke. It was weird. The box was on, but everything was unchecked. So let me go ahead and copy these, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the Discord general chat. I'll say, hey, everyone, we're live now and doing viewer, if I can spell, which is not something I can often do, viewer duels. Here are the room IDs if you want to join or check them out. And the spectator ID is going to be nice even if you don't want to play, because then you can watch, and whenever we run ads, you can just watch the games and you won't have to, you can see it around ads if you want to watch it in client as well and get some real-time action going on. So let's see, room ID is going to be 828452, and the spectator ID is going to be, what is it, 657507. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and like I said, I'll go ahead and post this intermittently in the stream chat as well. So yeah, like I said, I'll go ahead and just duel people in order. Looks like we already have Benui here at table 1. So if you want to be up first, go ahead and just go in order here. Looks like we got a gift sub from Ski yet again. Just testing to make sure notification. We already knew they worked. We already knew they worked. Although I didn't realize I didn't have one specifically for gifting, so I'll have to fix that. But thank you so very much. That's awesome. Duel Breakers, welcome. Thank you so very much for joining. Yes, so let me go ahead and paste the room ID in chat. yeah, if you want to join, you can feel free to do so. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to go down the tables in order. I'm going to leave a little bit of time here. So Zeke's got it too. Thank you very much, Zeke. I'm going to go ahead and I don't have Nightbot. I don't have bots. I don't have that bot set up just yet. I didn't even think about it, honestly, until like literally right when I was about to go live. So yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. We'll work on that later. Okay, so while people are getting settled into the room, let me show off a few of the decks that we are going to be testing today. Yesterday we played with Pearly. That is a follow from the Sura8212. Thank you very much. Yesterday we played with Pearly a lot, so I think I might take a little bit of a break, although if somebody really wants, I guess, to play against it, we can bring that back up. But I did build out the Scareclaw Math Mech deck. I don't know if I'm going to bust it out today or not, but for those who might have been here yesterday and were curious about it, this is the list again. And I always have to look this guy's name up. Let's see, Forma. Let's look up Forma Skipper. Yeah, 250th YCS. Noah Beagleman. This is basically taking his 60-card TCG list and turning it into a 40-card Master Duel list. So I've played this a few times on YouTube, and I really like laddering with it. It's a lot of fun, actually. It looks really gimmicky, but this is actually like its own viable variant of Math Mech, in my opinion. The idea is that you're a little bit more susceptible to disruption, of course, because we're playing such a more extended combo line, right? But you love this deck. I do love this deck. This deck is a lot of fun. Yeah, you're a little bit more susceptible to disruption, but your turn 1 inboard is a lot better than a standard Math Mech board. And I threw in a couple of different ways to OTK outside of just access code update jammer. I haven't actually tested this at all, so I don't know if you can actually summon this Dark Fluid Dragon in this deck consistently, but there's some fun stuff in there. Does it not play Tri-Heart? No, we don't play Tri-Heart. So let me I can explain this a little bit more, because this is a deck that isn't really self-explanatory at first glance. So the idea is that we start our combos with Formud Skipper, right? Formud Skipper can reveal the Lightheart and copy it. Then we can link Formud Skipper into Lightheart. That searches both the field spell and Parallel Exceed. From there, you go into Cyframe Lord Lambda, and then you use the field spell to add Reichardt. You special summon Reichardt to one of the zones, or you don't have to summon it to any specific zone, but you special summon Reichardt, and then you also get the Parallel Exceed into the, the Lambda zone. And then from there, you start making rank 4s. If you have an extra, like, extender, you can go for Springen's Merrymaker to send the Brothers, to summon the Sargus, to search the Regulus, to equip the Brothers, and then you have an extra Omni Negate as well. So let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and show off a few of these other decks. This is Twin Sprite Synchro again. I updated it a little bit. I put in Fenris because I didn't have any in before, and I put in a couple of Bestials because I didn't have any in before. But I showed this deck yesterday. This is Sprite Synchro, but with the live twins as well. Helix is here, Invoker's here. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's see, what else do we have that we could play? There's good old Bestial Sprite Synchro, which I'm kind of leaning towards because it's actually been a minute since I've played this deck, but updated it for the current format, as in really we just put it into Nibiru. And I think I'd crossed it in before, I don't remember, but we definitely have it in now because we want to play around Nibiru as well. I also managed to fit in Branded Brigade, which is kind of an on-again, off-again tech for me that I like to fit in. So I think we'll do a poll maybe, because we can do that on Twitch. So I'll show you all the options here, and then we'll do like a poll. So yeah, we have the Sprite Synchro decks. Kashtira Punk was the other big one that I was working on, and I actually ended up crafting a second Amazing Dragon because I really wanted to try it out. This can actually be very good to summon on turn 1 if you have 2 copies of this card in your extra deck, because you can summon this, and then you can bring back one of your Punk monsters and still set up another Amazing Dragon on your opponent's turn. So I really like this. I think that this is yeah, I think it's pretty good to have a second copy of this. I also have a second Rising Carp because there have been games where I've really wanted one. Sometimes in especially longer games, you want to be able to set up from the deck again, even if you've already used Rising Carp. Plus, it never hurts to have second copies of these cards with the Kashtira Unicorn running around as well. So alright, let's go ahead and... Oh, also we got follows from Storm Blessed and Davis Hopper. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and Set up the poll here. Manage poll. Oh, Zeke is already on top of it. Oh my god, thank you so much. I didn't even see. Oh goodness. Let's see what we got going on here. It's not close, I'll tell you that. It's not close. There's one deck that's just going to win in an absolute landslide here. Oh, thanks, Zeke. And it is going to end up being the Formud Skipper deck. Yeah, won with 71%. It's not going to be the only deck we'll play. I do definitely want to play Cash Punk. And, I mean, we'll probably end up playing all these at some point. But we're going to start with Scareclaw Math Mech. So let's go ahead and head over to the duel room here and see what we got going on. Alright, it looks like we got a few people playing against each other too as we wait. That's cool. So, Banui, let's go ahead and get started. I should probably pick the right deck before I do that. So we're going to change decks over to Scareclaw Math Mech. Select that. Hop on in. And begin the duel. I also might end up putting some of these games on YouTube as well. I think that might be fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into it. I will be taking the first turn as we win the first coin flip here. Like I said, though, this deck is pretty susceptible to disruption, a lot more so than regular Math Mech. So first turn is not necessarily an auto win. Yes, GLHF to you as well. This hand's looking pretty darn good, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off with Formud Skipper. It's funny, this is like Scareclaw Math Mech, but Formud Skipper really is like the name of the game here. So I'm going to start by activating that and let's see how far we get here. But yeah, as you can see, like right off the bat, you immediately, like, the thing is too, like you do have to use up your normal summon a lot of times. It's going to be Ghost Ogre. Wow. That is pretty brutal, as that is going to destroy the Formud Skipper. And I'm not going to really be able to do too much after that. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go ahead and still activate my field spell here, the Primitive Planet. Let's go ahead and search the Scareclaw Acro. And that is going to end up doing it for me. You know what the funny thing is? If you had Valor or Imperm, I would have been able to play around that, like, a lot more easily. The Ghost Ogre specifically very much wrecked me there. Oh, GLHF. Yep, good luck, have fun. Ooh, we're on Dragoonities. Alright. Sending the Remus in order to add the Dragon Ravine from deck to hand. I wonder if we're on pure Dragoonity or if this is like a Dragon Link variant. I mean, to be fair, Dragoonity kind of plays with a lot of Dragon Link stuff anyway, so... We'd love to see some Sword Soul. Yeah, Sword Soul. Actually, if you're in for some Sword Soul, definitely tune into the YouTube channel tomorrow, as I will be doing my deck profile for Sword Soul. Funny you mentioned that. Alnick VT, what's up? How's it going? Oh my god, a soul. Oh no. Oh no. Scary things are happening. All I know is when this card comes down, like, some shit's about to go down. I think I'm about to get, like, destroyed here. It could be ABC. Oh, because we're going to go for the Ancient Fairy Dragon, right? And then we're going to pop the Ravine and go into the Union Hanger. I think is how this deck works. I don't know, actually. I've played against this deck a couple of times on ladder. This is base. This is base. This is exactly why I wanted to do viewer duels, because I knew anyone who likes my content is going to cook up some really good shit. Like, because we're all about the pile decks and the cool combos and, like, just how far can we extend? I mean, look at the deck we're playing, right? Like, this is a match made in heaven here. So, all right, looks like the B Buster Drake is coming down now. Union Hanger is activating, targeting said Buster Drake. That is going to equip. Ooh, this is yeah, the Union Driver. Let's see, equip. Yeah, so it's basically like lets you kind of cheat out equips from deck. So here's the C Crush Wyvern. And are we unequipping that? I mean, yeah, we're unequipping that here, of course. But from here, you can do so many different things. It's the cool thing about ABC. Like, I just really like engines like this that facilitate. Are we doing? We're doing a Road. Are we doing a Roadhog stuff right now? Oh, you're a duelist after my own heart. You truly are. But that's the cool thing, like, about this engine in particular, the ABC engine, is because it naturally facilitates a lot of extenders, right? you can go into so many different things. You can, of course, go into ABC plays, but you can pretty easily set up an Auroradon as well. We can also just go into like any number of, you know, we have synchro options, we have link options, of course. Yeah, wow. And we fit a Ghost Ogre into this deck, too. Ghost Ogre, like, it's a pretty good card. Like, it's really easy for me personally to discount this compared to other hand trap slots, because I'm like, oh, it doesn't negate. But after playing it in Punk, I definitely gained a newfound respect for this card. And as we saw here, it very uniquely screwed up my turn 1 play in a way that negate would not have. Because if I'd gotten Veiler Impermed, right, because of the hand I have here, I could have gone into Almirage and then special the Parallel Exceed and then just gone into my combo anyway. But because it was Ghost Ogre, I didn't have any monsters left, so I just couldn't make plays. Base Duelist, peak cooking, all completely accurate phrases. Totally accurate. Excel Synchron's coming down. This is like the new Denglong to me, mostly because I don't think I have my Denglong anymore. But this is also like being able to set up the Jet Synchron in the yard and also turn this to like whatever level you need it to is very, very good as well. Yep, here is Baron de Fleur. Sacre bleu, it's Baron de Fleur. Adding back the B Buster Drake, and we still have a couple of tokens left over too. And of course the Jet Synchron. So is this going to be a... Oh, no, this isn't going to be a 7. Of course we're going to go 4 into Cupid Pitch, right? And then we can go into an 8, that'd be a Boar Load, and then I imagine the Thunder Dragon Colossus that the corridor is going to... The corridor that we search off Cupid Pitch is going to be what finishes us off here, if I can get my words out. Nope, we're doing even more base stuff than that. This is F.A. Dawn Dragster. It's coming down. That has the ability to negate spell and trap card effects by reducing the level. Oh, duh. No, we're an ABC deck, so we can just summon ABC. We can... Alright, okay. You're passing back to me. Is this a break my board? Is this a break my board statement? Okay, let's see if we can do this. Alright. Bathed Faith, welcome. Yeah, what a turn. Oh, forgot to attack. It happens. Definitely happens to the best of us, but I accept your break my board challenge. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Gonna have to start... Let me think about this for a moment. Okay, we have some amount of options potentially here. Let's start by normal summoning you. I'll start by normal summoning Scareclaw Acro. Yeah, I figured this is probably going to happen. The ABC Dragon Buster is going to get activated directly in response. It's going to banish the Acro that I just summoned. Let's see what's in the yard here. Nothing particularly relevant. No, okay, so I, alas, do not have a response to that, and I'm going to have to just set a couple of cards here, and honestly, it's once again going to be the end of my turn. It's like I was saying before, this is definitely the downside of this particular Mathmech variant as opposed to normal Mathmech decks, is that this one is much more susceptible to disruption. As you can see, it very much, again, unlike Mathmech, lives or dies by the normal summon. The regular Mathmech variant, you know, you can... Although, to be fair, if we had had circular and or Signet Mining, you know, we might have had more options, of course, but targeting the face-down card, discarding another Union Hanger, wow. I guess I'll just go ahead and chain the call by on, I don't know, let's just do the A Assault Core, why not? But I imagine we pretty easily just kind of turn everything to attack mode here. Contemplating on if I want to drop 90 UR points to updated deck to play here. Definitely don't feel like you have to do it like just for this stream, although of course we will also definitely do viewer duels in the future as well. So if you'd rather save it for the future, that is also definitely not a bad idea. Also, thanks for the follow, Yo Mama, a side piece. Love the name. That's great. And yep, here comes the ABC Dragon that's going to smack us for lethal. So, GG's, Banui. That was an awesome deck. I love it. I love to see the cook, the cooks in action here. So, I'm going to go ahead and say thanks for the duel. All right. Good stuff. Looks like we still have a few people playing here. Actually, I could just stay up here at table 1, or I could go down to the table. Let me go ahead, and I know we have an ad break coming up to the 30-minute mark anyway, so I'm going to run that now real quick. And then, yeah, after that, we'll hop into the duel with Pelhams, who I do remember was next on the list. So 1 minute, and then we'll start. And that minute is starting now. So subs, hello. Welcome one and all to the ad break. I never know what to say during the ad break, although I guess I could just like, you know, keep going, I guess. It's weird though, because I want to like obviously wait for everybody else too. What is the room code again? I can go ahead and paste that right here. Boom, there it is. So anyone who wants to hop on in. Hello, Bad 1999. Oh, but you probably can't hear me right now. Wait, I'm subbed or just didn't get the ad. I don't know, maybe that happens. I have no idea how ads work on Twitch, honestly. I know much less about Twitch than YouTube. Mostly because I've just watched, like, even like historically, right? Like beyond making content, I just watch YouTube a lot more than Twitch. Although lately, in the last few months, as I've been making more friends on Twitch, I've of course been supporting friends in their stream as well. So, oh, it depends where you live. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different potential factors to it, but looks like we're coming back. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin the duel against Pelhams here. Maybe we'll try to play like somewhere in the neighborhood of like 4 or 5 games per deck. Like maybe, you know, maybe after 4 or 5 duels, we'll switch off to a different deck here. Alright, looks like I'm going to win the coin toss yet again, but as we saw last time, that is no guarantee that we're going to be able to come out cleanly. Surely I won't get Ghost Ogre again, exactly. Exactly. Alright, this is an interesting opening hand. I know what I want to activate. I'm just trying to think about what I want to do aside from that. Like, okay. We're always going to activate this Signet Mining, right? As far as what we discard is like the real question here. And there's a case for discarding any one of these cards, honestly, except probably this one. But I want to keep this card on the far left. And this is actually important for comboing. We're going to search this later anyway, so this looks weird, but I think it's actually right to discard Parallel Exceed. Okay, no response, that's good. And normally for Mathmech decks, you'd grab a Circular here, but we are not a regular Mathmech deck, so I'm actually going to add the Formud Skipper in this case, which I will then promptly normal summon and activate the effect of. No response. Okay, we're going to reveal the Scareclaw Lightheart. And special summon that by linking away the Formud Skipper, which is now treated as Scareclaw Lightheart. Just requires a Scareclaw monster or a Visas Starfrost. So we're going to activate both of these effects. I think I value the field spell a little more highly, so I'm going to chain block in this order. Obviously, I want both of these searches, but yeah, I think the field spell is a little bit more important. Because, like, we don't have a zone to summon the Parallel Exceed into anyway, right? So this is also why I discarded Parallel Exceed, because, again, we were just going to search it again anyway. So let's go ahead and activate the Primitive Planet next. Ooh, there's a response now. We have the Ash Blossom. Okay, Ash Blossom is coming down. We have a pretty interesting decision point here. But I actually don't need this search to combo, so I'm going to let this resolve. This is fine. Because I happen to have the Reichheart in hand already, so I'm going to go ahead and special that and then activate the effect in order to add a copy of Scareclaw Arrival. Alright, so next step is we're going to go ahead and link off the Reichheart as well as the Lightheart into the Cyframe Lord Lambda, which looks really random, but is going to come up in multiple ways. And we're also going to activate the Parallel Exceed effect. Summon the Parallel Exceed here. Now, we don't have an extender in this case. We could have potentially, but I didn't choose... Well, I'll talk about that later here. I'm going to go ahead and just go into the Almbertian straight away. If we had an extender, then we could set up the Sargus and Regulus first, but in this case, we're just going to go straight for the Almbertian. Stormblast says, I admire your capacity to still memorize combos given how many of them you play. Thank you very much. It's, yeah, sometimes I'm kind of shocked because I don't have good memory for many other things in life, but somehow Yu-Gi-Oh! Has its way of just carving the information into my brain, just really rooting it in the wrinkles there, I guess. I don't know. So, alright, here's the circular search. Finally, this is where it's funny. I love playing this deck on ladder because I imagine everyone's always like, oh, it's a math mech deck. So, I'm going to go ahead and activate circular, right? But we're not actually going to send a Sigma here. I'm going to send Nabla. And you're going to see why in a moment here. Let's special the circular here. And I'm going to activate the Almbertian effect, right? And I'm going to sacrifice itself in order to bring back that Nabla that I just sent. We're going to summon that in defense mode right over here. Now we get to activate Circular's effect, of course, and what other spell or trap card would we search but the Super Factorial. So let's go ahead and add that. Now, I'm going to activate Nabla's effect. Nabla is pretty much like Lone Fire Blossom, but for Math Mechs. I want to sacrifice itself specifically in order to summon the Diameter from the deck. We're doing this to set up 3 Math Mech names, one of them being Diameter for the Super Factorial. Now that we have this set up, we actually haven't locked ourselves into anything yet. This is why we didn't set up Sigma. 1, because we have a monster in the extra zone, and 2, also because Sigma locks us into Cyber Summoning. But because we're not locked into anything, I actually get to Synchro Summon with Diameter and Circular and go into the Cyframe Lord Omega. I am going to activate Omega's effect to get a hand rip in. This is good, obviously, because, yeah, obviously hand rips are good, and we get to see a bit of information here. Super Poly. I'm really glad that card's not in your hand anymore. This will also allow us to activate Lambda's effect, since we activated a Cyframe Lord effect. So now during the end phase, we get to search for the, what is it called? The Gamma. So we'll set 2 cards here, and then pass. And let's go ahead and resolve Lambda, adding the Gamma, and of course, because Lambda's on the field, we can activate Gamma even if we have monsters. So I'm going to flip my toggle to on, and alas, as we go into the draw phase here, I do happen to have everyone's favorite Earth insect, the Maximum C. So this is what the deck does when it gets to combo off on turn 1. We have Call by happening, so okay. We do get to actually play some amount of Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. I could actually do something, but I'm not going to here. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh! To some degree here, right? Yeah, play whatever you want. Like literally play whatever you want. I'm a very competitively minded person, so you don't have to. This isn't like, you know, a casual viewer duel stream. You can bring like literally anything. Okay, so Pelhams is gonna set a monster. And then activate the Super Poly. Okay. We're discarding the Branded Lost as our last card here. Is this Albaz that's face down? I think it is. Yep, it was, because that's Mirror Jade here. Alright, so Mirror Jade is coming down. We have a decision to make here, right? Because this Fusion Summoned card leaves... This is fine. This is fine for now. Because we do still have... Yeah, okay, imagine this was going to happen, right? Battle phase. Okay. This is going to attack directly. And I got to figure out if I want to activate Super Fact here. Because I could... and basically try to avoid the damage. But I kind of think Super Fact is going to be better on our next turn. And I think I'm going to actually end up saving it for that. This sounds kind of weird, but what I'm thinking is, like, if I wait to Super Fact next turn, I can actually go into an Almbertian with the Diameter and then search a Circular and set up an Access Code line. So I'll take 3k here. That's fine. Because, like, if I just Super Fact into Laplacian here, I don't get a hand rip, I don't eat a back row, and then I don't have anything for the next turn. So, oh wow, that was a really good draw. Oh my god, that was actually an insane draw. We also are going to get the Omega back, and we're going to give them, would I take Super Poly? That's fine. Okay. So let's put Omega here. Alright. I'm just going to start by activating the super fact. Definitely target diameter. Let's go ahead and target Nabla as well. And that's actually going to be it. So what this is doing, right, this is setting up the negate to play around the Mirror Jade a little bit better as we go into an OTK. And Nabla. And let's summon the Almbertian. Doesn't really matter what zone we put it in. It actually kind of does. It might. Alright, let's activate the effect. And thankfully you do not need to have diameter actually attached as a material in order to have the Omni Negate effect. That's just an effect that Albertian has now, so. Alright. Search resolves. Let's go ahead and grab the Circular. We also don't have a monster in our extra monster zone anymore, so. And it also doesn't matter if we really get Cyberburst locked anymore. Blumby7343, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Let me think about this for a moment. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and go for an access code OTK. So let's activate Circular's effect. This time we will send Sigma because, again, we have the zones open and we don't really care about getting Cyberburst locked here. Alright, here's the Mirror Jade effect. It's interesting because there's like maybe even kind of an argument to not activate here, but also there's not because it's like, you know, the argument would be to negate the effect that destroys everything during the end phase, but I'm planning on ending the duel this turn, so. Alright, summon you. You got some Pikmin Boba, Zeke? That's awesome. That sounds rad. Alright, let's bring back this Sigma. And activate the Circular. Grab that equation. So sick, slushy, mango. Oh, is this, I think you were telling me about this recently, actually. It sounds really good. Alright. We'll use, not you, no. Oh wait, no, we've already used the Almbertian. We've already used the diameter effect, right? So we can't actually use the Almbertian as material, that's fine. So yeah, we'll just use you two. Or the Pikmin, the Boba, I had the exact same thought. That's funny. Alright, Splash Mage F. Bring back one of the Cyberburst monsters. I don't think it particularly matters which one. And now we go for... It's like technically correct to go for transcode first, so maybe we should do that. Like, if you want a 5300 access code talker that can attack twice, and this sometimes matters, you gotta do it this way, right? You gotta link off the Splash Mage and the Update Jammer for the transcode talker. You don't activate Update Jammer's effect here, because we don't want the the transcode to attack twice. And then you bring back the Update Jammer with the transcode talker. Jinzo, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. No, do not treat that as 2 materials, because then that will get treated as 3. Go for the 5300 access code here. Chain block in this order, update jammer, then access code, because access code can't be responded to. Target the transcode, so that way we're at 5300. We could have just done a link to, right, and been at 4300, because that's still 8600 damage, but this is, like, technically correct, you know, so. Access code, we can banish the Light Heart. Pop Zamira Jade. It will proc, but again, we're going to end the duel on this turn, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, and then battle. Boom. And go in again. Alright, GG's Pelhams. That, you had multiple super polys. That was actually like, that was actually kind of scary there for a moment with the Mirror Jade there. But GG's for sure. GG's. Thank you for the duel. All right. Let's go ahead and hop into this next table here against Game God. This is fun. Oh my god. I can't believe I haven't done this before. This is awesome. Best Toad. Thank you so much for joining. First time seeing a stream. Awesome. I'm glad to have you. Glad you're having fun. Yeah, thanks, Zeke. I appreciate it. Never in my life also just followed as well. Thank you so much for the follow there. Ooh, is Game God? Are we still here, Game God? Hello? Let's see if they said anything. I don't know if they're in the Discord or not off the top of my head, but let's see if they said anything. No, I don't see anything. Alright, I'll wait another, like, minute or two, and if Game God does not hop back in, we'll go ahead and go down to the next table here. But hope everybody's doing well today. I'm gonna take a sip of water here, make sure I stay hydrated and all that fun stuff. Duel Breakers is here in chat. Right on, yeah. Like I said, I'll just give another like 30-ish seconds, maybe or so, and then if no response, we will go to the next one. You're gonna leave when the duel starts? Oh, don't do that. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and if Game God comes back, we'll go ahead and come back to that table there. But are you good to play Duel Breakers, or do you like need to leave? Oh, you're gonna leave. I see. You're gonna leave like the stream. Yeah. I mean, if you want to like mute the stream or like tab away or something. But yeah. Oh, hang on. I didn't say I'm psyched to duel you, because I am psyched to duel with you all. So, all right, let's hop in here. Brutalis. Hey, what's up? Can't believe it either. You're such a natural for this kind of... Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh my god. I'm winning all these coin flips. I'm actually going to go second on this one because I don't want to like sit here and be like, oh, I want another coin flip. I'll go first again. Plus, we do have going second place in this deck, so I want to show those off too. Hexlex, what is your favorite... What is my favorite anime? That's a good question. Dang it. Okay, I was actually meant to do something there, but hopefully it won't come back to bite us. Yeah, this is fine. I'll just throw out the maxi now. Should have thrown that out during the draw phase, but... Alright, my favorite anime... It kind of fluctuates, right? I actually don't watch that much anime. I watched a lot more when I was younger. I just don't get into as many new series nowadays. But I think that... Sorry, let me think about this response for a second. Let's go ahead and do this. Man, I would second, and then I opened all the hand traps. My favorite anime right now, I think, is Big O. Big O has historically like always been in like my top 3 favorite animes, and like in recent months, I've been even more obsessed with it than usual. Big O, for those who don't know, is a 90s kind of like mech anime. It's a mech anime, but it's also not, because like mechs are definitely not the focus of the series. It's very film noir. And I very much like it tonally. If you like Batman the animated series, the creators have straight up said that the show was very, and you can tell, is very inspired by Batman the animated series in terms of tone and theming. Not necessarily content, but Big O is old school. Remember that on Toonami. It is very old school. It's very good though. It holds up well too. It's just a very good anime. I'm trying to think of more recent stuff. Like, I guess relatively recent stuff that I like. I'm trying to think of the last time I watched an anime like as it was coming out. It's been a few years. I watched Assassination Classroom as that was coming out, and I enjoyed that. That was a fun anime. Like everybody else, I watched My Hero for a little while, but I fell off. I don't even remember what season. It was they were doing the summer camp. That's the last thing I remember. Did I ever watch Samurai Flamenco? No, I've not heard of that. One Piece? I've not seen One Piece. The live action looks really cool, but I'm also really bad about watching TV shows in general. Like, it's really hard for me to like get into new series because like I want to give them, like, if I'm gonna watch something, whether it's a TV show or a movie and I've never seen it before, I like to give it my full attention. But it's really hard for me to do that because I'm really also like playing games, mainly Yu-Gi-Oh, while I watch stuff. So it's like trying to find that balance is hard for me sometimes. So we took the Maxi challenge and ended on a tryhard that's got... okay, I need to read all of these because these all give it effects, right? Okay, so it has piercing, gains 300 attack, and can battle up to my defense mode monsters. This changes my stuff to defense mode and is unaffected by effects of defense mode monsters. Okay. Let me see here. So, I mean, obviously our Link monsters can't get turned to defense mode, so I guess we're just gonna go ahead and try... I mean, going second either way. I think we usually just go for like a, an OTK with access code here, right? I actually have some decisions to make. Mainly if I want to be cyber-slocked or not. There's like arguments kind of for and against it. Mainly if I would want to normal summon like this. But I could also normal summon this and go into that engine as well. Oh wow, this is actually kind of difficult. I think because I have so many resources, I'm going to summon Acro. Hopefully this isn't a misplay. Right, it'll get turned to defense mode, that's fine. Now, I'm going to summon my own Light Heart by linking away the Acro. Same, I'm watching a show and playing MD all the time. Literally, like, if I'm not streaming or, like, recording, or if I'm not making content and I'm playing Master Duel, I'm probably watching something else. Although, it's funny, right? I'll pick, like, an hour-long video to play games with, but it'll take me, like, 2 hours to go through it because I'm always, like... whenever I'm at a point where I need to concentrate, I just pause the video and I'm like, hang on, I need to think about this for a second. And then I usually have that moment like once per duel, so it always comes up. Do you play anything else besides... Oh, I'm assuming besides Master Duel? Lately it's been a lot of Master Duel. Oh, I don't get the draw effect. Okay, I understand. I understand why that happened. But I do get this effect. Wait. Does this have protection at all? Can I just do this? Does that work? I feel like that doesn't work. Okay, I was like, that's too easy. That's too easy. There's some reason that doesn't work. Yeah, besides Yu-Gi-Oh! I knew what you meant, yeah. What other games? I was playing the new Zelda for a while, but I haven't finished it yet. I just kind of fell off of it. I need to get back onto it though. I got pretty far. I did 3 out of the 4, like temples or whatever. Or there might be a 5th one. I don't know, because I haven't explored the underground a lot. But that was the last game I was playing a lot of, really consistently. What else have I been playing consistently? Well, that's the thing. I haven't been playing anything besides Master Duel consistently, really. I play Noida every now and then because I really like that game. For those who don't know, that's like a roguelite where you like build wands. I'll probably end up playing it on a stream at some point just because I really like that game. Am I just gonna go for it? No, I need more. Hang on, 1, 2. Let me see something real quick. This is 2 plus effect monsters. Okay, this should actually work. Yeah, this should work. I should have enough attributes to do this. What else do I like to play? What else is fun? Oh, I want to play... Okay, when Halloween gets closer, because I really like scary games in general, like mostly like lo-fi horror stuff. We're gonna play a lot of those. I want to play Inscription. I want to stream that. I want to play Faith. I love Faith. Faith is actually my current obsession right now. But I'm saving the playthrough. Ah! Wait, I can't activate this! Ah! What did I know? Ah! Why can't I activate? Oh, because wait a second. What's stopping me from activating this? What did I do? Oh yeah, Phasmophobia. I knew there was another game that I was trying to remember that I thought of recently. Yeah. I'm Cybers. Wait, but it doesn't matter being Cyberslocked because I'm trying to bring back Update Jammer, right? Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to improvise. Funny moment. Yes, funny moment indeed. Okay, let's improvise. Let's activate Scareclaw. Doesn't Tri-Heart negate? Does it negate? All face up, unaffected, once per turn. No, it doesn't. I don't. see the word negate on here, unless I'm... See, okay, I thought Reichardt didn't activate earlier because I already had a rival in my hand, but maybe it was because of something else. Do I have to battle over Tryhard? Is that how this card works? I should have read this card before I made this play, but you know, reading. Who needs it, right? Who needs it? Alright, let's activate the access code talker on the transcode talker. Thought you were gonna say I've actually never played Five Nights at Freddy's. No. I'm talking about like itch.io horror games. Like when I say lo-fi horror, I mean like itch.io shit. Like what's another good one that's really good? Another good one that's really good. Great sentence. What's another one I really like? Oh, No One Lives Under the Lighthouse. That's another one of my favorites. I like to play that. That's a good one because that's one that you can finish in like one stream. Okay, so if I target this, is it gonna actually... Okay, so it got destroyed. Okay, cool. Alright, let's just, I guess, pop your monsters? I don't play against this deck that often, actually. Despite me playing Scareclaw Math Mech right now. No, don't do that. Despite me playing Scareclaw Math Mech right now, I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get punished for leaving the field spell in play, though. Oh, you think I should prop the field spell, Zeke? You know what? Actually, hang on a second. I'm currently not locked into attacking with only one monster, right? Okay, well, either way, we can pop 3 things. So let's pop another Scareclaw monster. But if I summon... Obviously, if I were to summon Circular, then I would absolutely be locked into only one attack. Yes, pop the field spell. Okay, we'll pop the field spell then. I'll take everyone's word for it. I guess to be fair, it's not like we're gonna lethal anyway. So we could still extend here. We could extend, but then again, we can only battle with one thing. But again, we would transcode can special if you've only summoned a Cyberus that turn. Got it. That's what was locking me. I understand now. Okay, I'm gonna activate Mathematics Circular's effect. And... Ooh, I think already this doesn't do anything though, right? Because we have the access code and the extra monster zone. I'll send the Sigma anyway. Oh, I see how we could potentially extend. Well, do we have anything good to go up into though? Wait. Send one Cyberus, gains the attribute, gains attack. This card can attack up to a number of attributes that it has. Does this... Oh, but it's a link... It's a... yeah, it's a link 5, though. I'm probably overthinking this. I feel like I just battle here, right? And then pass pretty much after that. I don't really think I can do much else here. Because the alternative line is to summon this, and then, yeah, but I can't climb up to that. Yeah. Alright, let's just... You played MTG as well. I did play Arena. I've played Arena a couple of times. It's been a minute since I've played Arena, though. But I still have enough gems on there to do, like, I think 2 or 3 drafts, so... We could always have a draft night if there's a set I'm particularly looking forward to in Magic. Wilds of Eladrian just came out, which is like, it's okay, you know? It's alright. I'm in like a weird relationship with Magic lately. I don't know. It's like, I really like drafting, but recent sets I'm kind of like, meh. Because here's the thing, Magic I'm a lot more casual in, especially in that like, with Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll play cards pretty much no matter the aesthetic, but for some reason with Magic I really have to be grabbed by the aesthetic of a set. And I mean, I don't think Eladrian has a bad aesthetic. It's just not one I'm like, yeah, super into. But the way you talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And your approach to the game deck building can definitely fit you as a Pokemon player. There's been like a minute of my life where I have played the Pokemon TCG competitively. It was back when Darkrai Hydreigon was the best deck. But I didn't play Darkrai Hydreigon. I played one of the tier 2 decks. I played Electric Mewtwo. Oh, no. It was Rate Eels. Rate Eels. I think that deck also played Mewtwo though, but it was where you would use the Electric's Dyna Thunder to put a bunch of electric energies on Rayquaza and then just dunk like a bunch of damage on somebody with it. Oh, the video game like VGC. I have played like Showdown in the past, but not like a lot. I'm not very good. I like competitive Pokemon video game, but I'm not very good at it. This is, I guess, the gist of that. Let's see here. Is this? Let me read something real quick. It is when you normal or special. I think I have an idea. What does this do again? Oh, no, that's not enough. Oh, I don't have the right card to OTK with this anyway. Yeah. Alright, I guess we're just gonna do this, the old-fashioned way. Hang on. Yeah, okay, let's activate both these effects. Power creep recently happened with Series 4 coming into play. Series 4, which game are you referring to? Is that Pokemon TCG? That's a really big dude. That is a really big dude. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what I can do about that dude. It's really big. I don't know what that was. Let's add equation and then get the Sigma back. I guess I'm just going to go for Laplacian here and like clear the board, right? Let's start with that because there's not really any other way I can get over this stuff. Although I could... Yeah, let's just go for these three. Summon here. And Laplacian F. We also get the Omni Negate in case this back row is relevant. I'll detach you two. Send. And send. Now the question is, can we win this turn? I think the answer might actually be yes. Let's activate Sigma. Let's see, we can equation this back. There's so many decks I want to try out, but I'm also totally free to play. I guess I'll make side account. Yeah, you can always make side accounts. I don't usually mess with side accounts as much just because it's like, it can be such a hassle, right? Oh, we can terahertz OTK, right? Quick effect. You can send one Cyberse, gains 2,500 attack, and attack equals the number of attributes it has. So I just need to link climb. Wait, what's the minimum requirement for it? Is it 3 effect monsters? 3 Cyberse monsters. Okay, that shouldn't be too terribly hard. Let's see. If I go like you and you. I think I screwed up by doing I definitely screwed up by doing transcode earlier, but I think I screwed up multiple ways because, like, I think transcode would make this a lot easier to summon, but I think we can still do it. Like, okay, let me activate this. We can only battle with one thing, but we're only going to do that anyway, right? So... no, I don't need to do that. Alright, now... we make this, we go you, and you. Terahertz, Terahertz F. Send to something that's, what, not dark, right? So, sure, Almirage. Let me just make sure I'm reading this right. Gains the attribute, gains 2,500 attack, can attack monsters a number of times. Okay. So, I don't think we actually have lethal here. No, we don't. We don't. It's really close, actually, but... Alright, pass. Oh, duh, that's not end phase. This is end phase. Yeah, it has to make attacks on monsters multiple times. And I'm so sorry, Duel Breakers. I'm just, like, the luckiest duelist in the world, and I actually had Max C for every one of your turns. Big monster. Big monster. Oh, you know what? Ooh. That's fine. Yeah, okay. I didn't misplay. I mean, I technically did, but whatever. This might not actually be fine. Hang on a second. Fuck. I think I screwed up. Okay. Let me think for a second. Let me read something real quick. Card or effect. Let me do this now. For you and you. Hello, can you join the room? Oh wait, do I have Loplation in my extra deck? Or can I just summon... What happens if I do this? Oh, I know what happens if I do this. I screwed up. It's fine. Maybe it's fine. Let me read this again. Okay, this is like weirdly fine. No. I think this actually works, but I'm not doing what I expected to do. I just needed an Omni. Okay, no, this is... Oh, I can summon it with 3 materials. Duh. But now instead of adding a Math Mech card, I add what? A level 4 monster? That's fine. I'm not really concerned about the search here. They're getting Cashier at birth. Let's activate... I think all my Math Mech monsters are level 4 anyway. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Zeke. I appreciate that. Sorry, I was about to do it and then I got distracted. This is fine. I don't care about this. I'm not gonna lie, I went click yellow button mode for a second there. Alright, activating Cashier at birth. That's fine. Pin. Can I pin it to chat? Yeah. Okay. This is fine. Beautiful. Thank you. This is what I'm saying. I know so little about Twitch. That's fine. Okay, I thought we were gonna go into a rank 7, but thankfully we didn't. So if we just do this, hopefully I didn't miss anything here, but I think this should be enough, right? I don't think there's anything they can activate in response. Okay, oh my god. That duel legitimately had me sweating. I wasn't sure what was going on there. I was like, holy moly. Oh, thank you for the game, Duel Breakers. That was a good one. That was a really good one. I am glad that we got the opportunity to summon Terahertz. Oh, and the ad's running now. Okay, cool. That's actually really good timing. So, hell yeah. GG's Duel Breakers. That was awesome. Alright, so I see Skios down here. Let's hop in and do one more game with Scareclaw Math Mech, and then I am going to... you're probably thinking why I didn't stop. No, with Scareclaw, I actually understand that. Because there's a lot of times... oh, I see you down here, Toadad, don't worry. There's a lot of times in Scareclaw, there's a lot of decks that just can't out the, what's it called? The Tri-Heart. Like, that's one of those decks where I can actually definitely see going, playing into Maxi, for sure. Gonna be doing some cleaning if you need help DM with anything. Thank you very much, Zeke. Appreciate you. You are the best. Ad is ending now. So we can go ahead and begin this duel against Skios. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, by the way. I should have asked that, like, yesterday when I was shouting you out a bunch. That would have been a good time to do it. Alright, losing that coin flip, that's fine. Again, this deck has both going first and going second place. Oh, but Ski is so generous, as always as ever. Good luck to you as well, friend. Also, I've been missing a couple of follows. I'm sorry about that. Keds from Ida, Hex, Bots, and Dark Reaper all followed. Thank you so very much for the follows there. That means a lot. Okay, This hand is looking pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. I'm going to go ahead and start by activating the Cynet mining here. And I'm going to go ahead and toss this Parallel Exceed, because we're going to get one later anyway if the combo goes off. Looks like that is going to resolve, so I'm going to add this 4-Mud Skipper. And we'll summon that to this zone over here. Let's... Ooh, I think Imperm is going to happen here. It's happening right now. Wow, okay, yep, so... We will not be able to reveal Whiteheart. So we are a little bit, not even a little bit, we are just cut off from our Scareclaw engine there. But thankfully, we do have some amount of plays if you get Veilored or Impermed on the 4-Mud Skipper here. So we're going to go ahead and just link into Almirage instead of Lightheart. Again, not ideal, but this does at least still let us resolve the 4-Mud Skipper effect. So we do have that going for us here. So we still get access to the Parallel Exceed. It's been hard. I got it to... You got... Oh, nice. You got that deck to master. That's awesome. Congrats. Hell yeah. What is my favorite archetype of all time? Of all time, historically, I've really liked Heroes a lot. Oh, wait, I gotta think about this for a moment. So I'm gonna summon that, and then... I'm thinking, is there a reason to set up Nabla in the graveyard? Also, if we normal summon, right? Okay, so this is actually a little bit awkward. This is difficult, actually. But I think we're fine just sending Sigma here. What deck do you use for Master? I tend to... So, if I'm not... like getting footage for a YouTube video, which for anyone who's watching who doesn't know, I post on YouTube every day a Master Duel video, and I've done that literally since Season 1. So if you're looking for some more Master Duel content, check out the YouTube. That is what I would call like kind of my main content source, I guess. Ooh, we have options here actually. But if I'm not doing like duels for a video and I'm just laddering to like climb, Sprite, pure Sprite is my go-to, even in this meta. In fact, in this meta, I like the deck a lot. So we have options, right? We could go for Lambda, but the problem is we can't really set up a Psyframe engine. We could also go for Splash Mage, but that also doesn't really do a whole lot here. This is kind of the awkward part of this deck, right? Because this negates the effect of the monster we summon. Yeah, negate its effects, so... This is really weird, actually. This is a very weird situation that we're in here. Heroes? Yeah, I like Heroes a lot. I don't play them a lot in Master Duel because of how much they cost. I actually have an alt account that's got a hero deck, but I really just don't like logging in and out of accounts a lot, so I don't really ever play on it. That's honestly the reason, too. I'm going to go for Lambda here, just because I don't want to use my Splash Mage just yet. Also, Onslaught, welcome to chat. Oh, not welcome to chat, that's a subscriber box, okay. Highest I ever got was D3 on ladder. Want to try to climb and get to Master, but I'm silver because I haven't played in a bit. It's not so bad. Honestly, like, the addition of Master, I don't think has honestly changed too much from how it was before, like when Diamond was the highest rank. Because now you don't lose rank for games in gold, although maybe that was the case before too, but to rank up in Diamond, you only need to get 4 wins per rank, so it used to be 5, and now Master is 5 wins per rank, so basically everything just shifted up, right? But I don't think it's any, like, more or less difficult. What am I doing here? I actually have to think about this. I was just about to click yellow buttons for a second there. I think given this situation, this is kind of weird, but I think this is actually the right play. Because then we can end on okay, do I want to end on a disrupt, or do I want to end on a play for next turn? I should probably end on a play for next turn. I feel like that would be smarter, especially given what's in our hand. So we could have actually done some Springens plays here and set up a Regulus and set up an Omni Negate, but I have like no other action in my hand right now, so... Hey, Mixed P, if you're wondering how to join, let me go ahead and throw the room and spectator IDs. Just go ahead and hop in a table. I'm just kind of going down in order, and then I'll wrap back up and around, so I'll make sure we get everybody in here. Speed climbed to Master a Sprite yesterday, so I could practice Pearly. Yep. That's pretty much what I was doing, except with Diamond, so that I could get to Master by the time Pearlies came out. The imperm on that Albertian is brutal, because now I don't really have guaranteed follow-ups for the next turn, and I don't think I need to go into that, so I think I'm just going to pass here. Very excellent use of the disruption from Skios here, the imperms. Hex, do you think you're going to do a Dogmatica deck profile? I don't have times to do that, or don't have plans to do that at this current time. Dogmatica is not currently in the pipeline. I really sincerely wish I could, like, do all the different decks that people request, but, you know, literally every deck, no matter how casual or competitive, it's ballpark! Oh, no, okay. Oh, but yeah, okay, we're just going to battle here. But yeah, just because even casual decks cost UR craft points, it's like, you know, it's hard to be able to play everything. I would play so many more decks if I, like, I don't know. That's kind of like a blessing and a curse about Master Duel, right? Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorry, the top deck there. Unreal. That's kind of the both, like, good and bad thing about Master Duel, right? Is that every deck generally costs, like, I mean, obviously it does range. Like, some decks you only need, like, 2 or 3 URs for that specific deck. Some need, like, a lot more than that. Like, heroes are up to 15. But generally speaking, decks all cost, like, about the same. Or, like, close enough that building a meta deck isn't really more or less expensive than a given casual deck, right? But, of course, the problem is then you can't play a lot of different casual decks because they're as expensive as, like, a meta deck would be as well. So I guess I'm gonna start. Does it really matter how? It actually does matter. It actually matters. Yeah, let's start with this. I'll send you Mikonkos. I saw somebody talking about Mikonkos as well. Yeah, I pulled only a couple of Mikonko cards, so I didn't bother keeping them. I don't have plans to play them at this time, but that's. I like to phrase it that way because really, I don't think any deck is completely off the table for me to play ever. Okay, here. Let me think about this for a second. If I haven't normal summoned, right? I haven't normal summoned. Wow, this is actually kind of a difficult decision. It seems like it wouldn't be, but it kind of is. I think we're gonna get the super fact. Alright, let's go for you, using you and you. Table 5 history, there's people 6 to 7. Just hop into an available slot and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'd say just to be safe, actually just hop in below everybody else, and then we'll just kind of go down from there. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. Just hop in below everybody else, and we'll go down from there. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty committed to this line. Sorry if name is confusing. That's not. Yes, nobody can ever have Hex in their name. No, I'm kidding. That's not a problem at all. Not a problem in the slightest. Yeah, I don't want to cut anyone. Yeah, no, we should be fine. We should be fine. Do not activate Update Jammer because we don't want transcode to attack twice. We want access code to attack twice. If you're holding that Nibiru on an off toggle, you're like the best player ever. Because God, I'm just waiting for that rock to fall out of the sky. The Greenish Blue Knight. Hi Hex, Lex, I'm here from YouTube. Love your content. Thank you so much for joining. That's awesome. I love to see you here. And I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Alright. Activate access code. Sure, we'll do Almirage, that's fine. Hop. Battle phase? Okay, I was so ready for that Nibiru. I was like, I had flashbacks to just Math Deck meta in general, where you would hold the toggle on Nibiru off until they were about to attack with the access code. GG's, Skios, GG's. I mean, I had Maxi, so I don't know how good of a game it was, but had nothing to actually make plays with. Yeah. There's usually command or something like join. Yeah, no, I trust in the future I will definitely have my shit more together when it comes to like having bots and stuff set up. Doing viewer duels today was a last minute plan on my part yesterday, and I'm still very much in the process of like setting stuff up. But in the future we will definitely be more organized in that regard. So okay, so we're gonna go Wario, Panda, Mixed, Toadette. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Toadette, I thought you were in before Mixed, but either way, we'll figure it out. Oh, also, right, I wanted to change decks. Let's switch it up a little bit here. You went down? Okay, if you're cool with that, then that's cool. Let's go over to Cash Punk. I want to play some Punk. Let's go over to Cash Punk and then hop in against Wario here. Wario? That's one of those names or words I guess I just interchangeably. It's like either or either, right? You know, you say it either way. Yeah, I know, Mixed, you had said something about doing viewer duels. It was funny, your comment kind of made me go like, oh, why don't I do viewer duels? GG's. Good luck, have fun, by the way, Wario. I love that I end up matching boards with everybody, too. That's awesome. That's good. Alright, so we can take the first turn here. And this is a pretty good going first hand. This is a really good going first hand, actually. Ooh, there's an earth insect. Okay, alright. Suppose it's only fair. It's part of the territory, you know? Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start by throwing down the unicorn here, right? You can have a draw, that's fine. I'm gonna activate unicorn's effect. Let's add the birth. Let's activate the birth. Alright, now, I actually gotta think about this for a moment. So, 1, 2, but then I would have, I think this is probably worth. Let's do this. I don't usually play into Maxi like at all, but I think this might actually be worth. Let's go ahead and I'm going to use Ogre Dance to add Zayamine, right? Then I'm going to normal summon Zayamine and activate Zayamine's effect. Unless it gets negated. Okay, no negation. Alright. I'm going to add... This looks weird, but in the name of versatility, I'm actually going to add another Ogre Dance, because I'm really not planning on comboing like a lot this turn. I'm just going to special summon 2 more times. We'll give you 2 more draws. That should probably be fun. Gonna make Baron de Fleur. And then I'm going to activate Birth and get my unicorn back. So, giving a +2 on this Max C, but in exchange we get an Omni Negate, it's kind of debatable if that's worth or not. I actually think it's not worth most of the time, but I wanted to try it out here because it's not a play I make often, and, you know, it's fun viewer duels, so, like, this is the time for testing, for sure. Alright, let's see what you've got here, Wario. It's Lyrilusk! Hell yeah! This deck is awesome. Okay, special summon a Lyrilusk monster from the hand. That's fine. Bird up? Yep, bird up. Oh my god. Now I want to watch Eric Andre. Oh, it's good. Okay, Celestine Wagtail. So there's actually consideration to not activate Cashier Unicorn here if I wanted to specifically negate and destroy the Wagtail, which I am kind of thinking about doing, because then they wouldn't be able to make a rank 1 without committing the normal summon, and also they wouldn't get to add the bird call, but they also have 6 cards in hand. I'm going to let that resolve, but I am going to activate the unicorn effect here for sure. French table, it's always fun hearing sing Baron de Fleur. I'm probably going to, yeah, butcher, like, all kinds of pronunciations here. I do really like French as a language, though. A lot of people shit on it, but I think I like it. Alright. What is the best thing to take going second? Like, a lot of the time when they have a 2 of, you don't take it. But for a lot of their combos, Bird Up actually does use both Recital Starlings. So there's an argument to take that here. There's always an argument for Zeus as well. But I think I'm going to take one of the Recital Starlings. I'll leave you with the Royal one, though. I'll be nice. I'm probably the only Cashier player who's never taken your Royal Recital Starling. Yeah, they get the bird call. That's fine. Wait, I thought French was a love language. Who shits on it? I don't know. Some people just like to shit on it. I know I had one friend in particular who was like, oh, French is so extra. It's such an extra language. And it's like, just pronounce things differently. I don't know. Like... Okay, I think I'm actually going to bear on this. Because it does a few things, right? It stops this search. It makes it harder to go into, like, the Utopic Xyz as well. And also, now, both Recital Starlings are just completely out of commission. I think in a situation like this, where the opponent has a million cards in hand, this is probably the best way to do it. Although they could also still go for Zeus here, but... Oh, sorry, I bumped the mic there by accident. They could still go for Zeus, but we definitely still have, like, ways to stop that from happening, too. So, I'm not particularly concerned about the Zeus follow-up here. If I didn't have that back row card, then I might be a little bit more inclined to like, save my negates here. Ooh, we also get to do this. Yeah, we can just get rid of all the birds in the yard. Yeah, there's no reason to get rid of this spell. Haven't seen Bird Brigade on a ladder. Oh, you've seen it on ladder a couple of times recently. Yeah, I've noticed whenever there's a huge meta shift, right, and the meta opens up, you see people back on birds more often. Excuse me. Which, to be fair, birds are not a bad deck by any means. They just got power crept. Which is why I think the Apex, or not Apex Avian, what was it? Simorgh ban in the TCG. I didn't understand that when it happened. Like, it definitely seemed to me like Bird Up was already about to be on its way out, so I don't really understand why they end up banning Simorgh there. Because, I mean, if you look here in Master Duel, when was the last time you've even seen somebody play that Link monster? Like, it doesn't do anything. I miss the Tri-Brigade meta. I miss Tri-Brigade being good, but I don't necessarily miss that meta. If you're talking about, like, seasons 1 through 4, like, before we got Sword Soul, it wasn't even necessarily Drytron, right? The problem was the coin flip glitch. Here's the thing, and I've maintained this. Everyone calls that format Drytron meta, but Tri-Brigade in a fair simulator would have actually been the best deck of that meta. The problem was you could alt F4 if you lost the coin toss, basically ensuring you always went first. So, of course, Drytron, which would set up, you know, the Herald, or Eldritch with all the floodgates at 3, were just the best decks to play as a result. But if you were playing fairly and not abusing glitches, then Tri-Brigade Zodiac was the best deck of the format. How long is this streamathon going to go on? So, I am streaming a few hours every day this weekend, so I'm generally shooting for at least probably about 3 hours each day, which I know isn't as long as like other streamers, but I don't know, I don't have as much stamina for streaming, or at least I need to build that up. But the thing is too, after this weekend, we're going to continue regularly streaming a few times a week. I still need to figure out what kind of a stream schedule I would want to set up. I'm probably going to do week by week, or even day by day. I'd rather not do it that way, because I know it's better for planning, obviously, to have like a schedule. But I'm also the kind of person, like when it comes to recording YouTube videos, right, I don't have set days or times that I do that. I just kind of do it when I feel like it. And I feel like streaming is going to be pretty similar for me. So, we'll just see how it goes. But long story short, I am going to be planning on streaming regularly following this weekend as well, so. The glitch meta, exactly. Trizu had so many hand trap, which was nice. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Because when you actually, you know, respected the coin toss and had to go second sometimes, yeah, Trizu had the ability to not only have an extremely solid game plan in general, but also it had room for, like, any amount of hand traps you could want to play, which made it the best deck of a, again, fair meta, but, again, it wasn't a fair meta, so. Saturdays and Mondays, which you vote for. I would like to do, like, you know, My thought process is like 2 to 3 times a week, 1 on a weekday, 1 or 2 on a weekend is kind of what I'm thinking for when I would stream. Drytron players didn't know what to do when you activated Revolt in response to Medita. Yeah. It's funny you say that because I definitely observed that too, where there were a lot of times. Oh no, it can't be targeted. Oh, I see what we're doing here. I see. We set up the assembled Nightingale so it can be targeted. That's very good. That's very good. But yeah, no, I definitely observed that too, where there are a lot of Drytron players you could tell like. The few times they actually did go second, we're very much not used to going second. What a rascal. I know, what a rascal. So, this only prevents Wing Beast from being targeted, right? Yeah. So we're gonna take some damage, but we can... Oh, but it's gonna have 6 materials, so no. We can't stop the Zeus. At least we still have a solid hand going into the Zeus here. Not a fan of that particular bird. That's good. Zeus isn't... Wait, what? We didn't downward Zeus? Okay. I don't know why we didn't, but I'll take that. Well, I could negate one of the Zeus's effects, but I couldn't like stop it ultimately because it would have 6 materials, right? I'd chain my Gabu and it would just activate again. So they were gonna wipe my board. Gabu just basically makes them eat 2 more of their materials. But trust funded. How's it going, Hex C? Not doing too bad. Hope you're doing well. Do I have anything in my graveyard I want to summon with the Baron here? I mean, I think it's worth it to put it back, right? Just to potentially summon it out again. And maybe we bait out the Apex Avian here. I like it just chucks grenades over the fence. Would have 2 materials when you start your plays. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Gabu would have... So yeah, I guess we're just saying the same thing here, right? Like, the Gabu would have mattered, it just wouldn't have outright negated the effect or stopped it. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to Baron for Zaamine here. We'll see if we get a response. I kind of don't care either way if we do or don't. Because we have a pretty good hand still. I'm surprised we didn't go into a Zeus here. Although, to be fair... Maybe... I don't know. Maybe the, maybe with the hand that I have, it would have actually been, like... better for me to have a clear board, because I could have like summoned to this and then done. I mean, I feel like it's fine either way. Okay, I was just gonna auto click Zeus, but let me see the graveyard real quick. Yeah, I don't want to get slammed by a random revolt here, so I'm gonna take the Shurig. Okay, I could normal summon the Fenrir actually still because of Birth. I like the idea of having. Oh, this targets though. We can still get rid of... Yeah, because it's only beast monsters this points to. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to need my normal summon. I don't think I will. Can send... Oh, you're right. I can just send it and then special summon it. Good call. I'm glad you're thinking. I don't always do that. Yeah, I'm going to start by activating Foxy Tune. Then we can get the Fenrir in the yard. The Baron go back to the extra? No, it got negated, that's right. Okay, Ash Blossom. That's fine. That's fine, that's not a problem. Makes me glad I didn't normal summon first, because now I can do this. Let's activate the Ogre Dance. Let me see something real quick. How many? Okay, 5 cards banished. Just thinking about potential plays here. Yeah, we just add the Zaamine. We haven't... It's gonna cost our normal summon, which is annoying. Because not only can we not normal summon Fenrir, but then we also can't summon, like... We've also already activated Foxy Tune. Now, this is still right anyway, but this is a little... It's a little bit awkward. Alright, normal summon Zaamine. Activate Xayamine effect. Let me think for a moment. I don't have another punk in hand, right? No, I don't. Okay. Because there is kind of an argument to, like, maybe... is there really an argument to, like, summoning Foxy Tune and just battling over both things here? I think we take Foxy Tune for the next turn, maybe? We can't normal summon any of the tuners. Deer Note doesn't do anything. We don't have another punk monster in hand. We've already activated Foxy Tune's effects. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just get this for the next turn. Like, we've already used the effect, but... Oh, wait. Is this not once per turn? It's not? Wait, that's weird. Okay. I mean, we'll definitely take it. But, alright. Oh, yeah. Yep. Literally, as soon as I saw no, like, I was like, ah, that's right. It's the other effect. I mean, this isn't the worst either, though. Because we can still beat over stuff with this. I was thinking about doing this line anyway, but I was just gonna keep the Foxy Tune in hand. Alright, yeah, let's just battle. Well, who hasn't done that once or twice? I've done it more than once or twice, I'll tell you that right now. I've definitely done it more than once or twice. Alright, Unicorns battling over someone. By the way, we've pretty consistently had like 50 viewers this stream. That's awesome. Thank you so much, everybody who's watching, everybody who's showing up. That is super rad. I very much appreciate that. Oh, no damage, right. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. I just want to shout out everyone who's here. Let's see. I mean, yeah, we just don't have any other options, so we just pass here. Imagine somebody from deck of 5. That's what I was saying. I was like, there's no way Foxy Tune isn't once per turn. Yeah. I fell for the oldest trick in the book. Not reading. Or not remembering. The combination of the two, really. Okay, yeah, that's the other thing I was looking for was the check mark. I was looking for the check mark, in which I know I need to be an actual duelist who thinks, right? It doesn't just rely on, like, the check marks and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, Konami, you set that expectation up for me. Where were you? So, here, I probably want to get rid of either Zeus or the Utopic, which is actually more of a threat to me here. I think the Zeus is. I think it's way harder to summon the Utopic here. Let's eat the Zeus. This unicorn's putting in work. Why think when there's buttons to press? I know, right? Very fun stream. Thank you so much. If I glow, I go. How are we making the fusion? They might be taking Super Poly. They could also, what else is there? Oh wait, they just attacked me for lethal. What am I doing? We just lose here. That's why we didn't go into Zeus. We're just gonna 2TK with the assembled Nightingale. That's good. That's good. Good stuff. GG's. GG's, Wario. That was awesome. Oh, man. Alright, looks like we have an ad coming up, so I'm just going to go ahead and run that here in a second. Let me go ahead and hop out of this table, but first say thanks for the duel. Thank you for the duel there, Wario. Let's hop into Panda's table, and yeah, we got a few other people here. Awesome. I'm going to run this ad, and oh, it's going to run... Oh, it's running right now. I totally misread that. Whoops. I thought Twitch was telling me an ad was about to come up, but okay, ad break has ended. Wario, thank you very much for the duel. That was a very, very good game. Yeah, I did not see your 2TK coming, your 2-turn kill. That was good. That was good. Alright, let's go ahead and hop into a game against Sacred Panda. Winning the coin flip. I'll take the first turn. Good luck, have fun, Panda. And let's see how we open here. They're a very good hand. This is a very good hand. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, we're once again going to start by specialing Die Unicorn. Okay, Max Seed. But we actually have E-Telly this time, so we're going to do the same setup as last time. Oh, if you want in on this, here, let me, there's the room ID and the spectator ID. Let's special these, I mean, the follow from Habsmd97. Oh, homework, sadly, I see. Alright. What do you got going on here, Panda? What's your extra deck? Ah, it's Pearly. Pearly. Well, okay. If you're gonna go for the OTK, then we should probably get rid of the happiness, right? And you're playing two of them, which is actually kind of annoying because I have Unicorn specifically. But you can also OTK with X Pearly. I think I'm just gonna start picking off the Pearly happiness here. Let's get rid of both of these and make it more difficult to OTK. Alright. So I'm gonna activate Unicorn's effect. Grab the birth. Do you think they'll preemptively hit the cash support incoming? I hope they do. I hope they pre-ban Diablosis. I could see that happening. I really hope that happens, and I could see it happening too. On top of that, I could also see a world where maybe Fenrir goes to one as the new stuff comes out. Fenrir targets luckily, imagining a non-targeting Fenrir. I know, right? Could you even... I don't want to think about it. Alright. Let's activate Birth. Okay, so we're playing against Pearly. I think this is my first time playing against Pearly with this deck, so... definitely glad to get some practice in. God, I hope they're pre-banned. Me too. I probably should have summoned my stuff in defense mode. In most situations, like... I think it's right to summon stuff like Baron and Unicorn and attack, but against Pearly specifically, they could maybe OTK with this Unicorn. But again, I'm going to try to get rid of both Pearly happiness to make sure that doesn't happen. Ryan's a first-time chat. Hey Hex, congrats starting on stream. Been watching you since I started playing. You taught me how to deck build. Thank you so much for joining. I greatly appreciate seeing you here. Called by Anze, I mean, this seems like a bit of a bait to me, so I'm going to let this resolve. I think we're trying to get the Baron negate out of the way here. Hit the cats before hitting my homies. I have a terrible habit of always summoning to attack. You taught me deck building too? Oh, I'm glad. Stray Pearly Street. This doesn't target, right? The Omni negate? No. So we're fine here. We don't need to negate that. Yeah, there's a lot of time where it's actually right to summon in defense mode. I mean, especially because we had the knowledge that we were against Pearly, we absolutely should have summoned in defense mode. Setting a monster. And then activating my friend. Okay. The setting a monster is interesting. Trying to think if I want to negate my friend or not. Either way, we're going to wait for the effect to activate, because they could have another copy in hand if we just negate the activation. We also committed to the normal summon by setting a monster. I think between that and the fact that we have Unicorn in play, maybe we can use the Omni on this my friend. Oh, they're not even going to activate my friend. Okay, so alright. Zaamid is negated this turn, so we have to keep that in mind, but that shouldn't matter here. There's no reason to use the Baron Pop now, is there? No, we can wait on that. We can summon Sharkusai and just fuse it with the Zaamid in hand to go straight for the Rising Carp. That sounds pretty good to me. IDK and Mouchot Pearly, but they have a way to change a monster in defense mode. Maxi is fine. They can change it with Pearly Beauty's attaching effect, but that's a very specific way that they have to do that. Okay, so the fact that they didn't go for the OTK last turn kind of makes me want to start ripping other stuff with the Unicorn now. Like I'm going to take the Zeus here. Alright. Let's go Sharkusai. Like I said, I'm going to fuse it with the Zamine in my hand. So we can't activate that anyway. Summon Rising Carp. It's too bad Rising Carp is not an on-summon effect. That would be so good because you could chain block it with the Zamine, but no such luck. So instead it just gets really wrecked by Ash Blossom, which I gotta figure out if I'm gonna negate. Okay, we don't have to figure it out, never mind. I was gonna try to figure out if I was gonna negate an Ash Blossom there or not. Let's get Wagon and Deer Note. Ace of Spades. Hey Hexlex, really love your videos. Also love your deck profile combo videos, really help. I watch your videos every day. Thank you so much for the support. That's awesome. I'm so glad you watch every day because I put a lot of work into getting those videos out every day. So I really appreciate it when y'all show up for them and for showing up to the stream and just being around in general. It's just awesome. Thank you all so much. It really does mean a lot. Alright, we do have the Rising Carp in the yard. Now, there's no reason to summon Dragite here, though. It's not like either of these are going to really do anything, because they don't even have any quick play spells in the yard. In fact, I think we're actually going to use the Baron Pop on the straight Pearly Street, so that way they don't get any extra materials here. Let's summon the Jam Dragon Drive. This will give us a draw and a search. And we can even chain block the Jam Dragon Drive F with Deer Note's effect. Gonna bring back one of the tuners. Let's get Sharkusai. Nibiru is happening. Okay. Wondered if that was gonna be a thing eventually. Well, I'm glad I saved the Baron Omni Negate then. Because of Hex Tri-Brigade's deck, how I got to Plat the first time. Ah, I remember when Plat was the highest rank. Remember when Plat 1 was the highest rank, but you could D-rank from it? Oh, we don't even have to use the Baron Pop on the field spell, because we can just use the Ghost Ogre effect on the field spell. Also, they don't have Pearly Xyz monsters anyway, so I don't think it really matters. Ash Blossom on the... That's totally fine, that doesn't matter at all. Good times, that right, good times. Being able to D-rank from Plat 1. Alright, I'm gonna pop this monster. You already have lethal? I probably have lethal, but there are worlds where I might not, you know? That's the thing, right? Like, you always gotta respect the possibility of your opponent having something else. Hey Hex, I pulled a card which might make you slightly jelly. Did you pull a Royal Assault Synchron? That's the first thing I think of when I see that sentence. Alright, let's move to battle. Activate the pep. Alright, I don't think they have anything. Okay, well, I think we're good. GG's, Panda. GG's. Good stuff. Always good to get in practice against the new deck. Also, 57 viewers, almost up to 60. Holy cow, that's a lot. Thank you, everybody. That is awesome. Or, no, wait, that's the wrong message. I meant to say, thanks for the duel. There we go. Alright, Mixed P. It's time. It's time. We're finally going to duel against each other. Best number of viewers. Can see it in your next game, hopefully. Okay. Oh, the next game against you, I see, yep. Hey, Lude X Kawaii. Hope you are doing well. Alright, Mixed P is going to be taking the first turn. For those who are not familiar, Mixed P has been a longtime viewer of the channel and has been a longtime submitter to the viewer special on the channel here as well, which is where once a week on Mondays over on YouTube, I take replays from you all, the viewers, and I showcase them on the channel. So, good luck, yes, good luck, have fun, Mixed. Hopefully you have an out to this Max C, and we get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You do, okay. Minigame cleared, we get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Wow, you're streaming. When you get your streaming legs, you should do a subathon. 72 out. Excuse me. I'm not opposed to that idea, but like, that's gonna be like that's gonna take a lot out of me. But it's definitely not something I'm opposed to at all. But that's gonna be a ways off in the future. I also definitely want to know more what I'm doing just on Twitch in general, right? Before I do like something like that, but yeah, an idea like that is not off the table, but it's gonna be a minute. XP, I hope you don't disconnect. If you disconnect, we can just hop back into the room, but okay. Sword Soul, it's Sword Soul gaming here. Okay, all right, okay. Adding the Long Yon. Ooh. If you're adding that, you probably already have a pretty good hand. Ah, it's Tenyi gaming. We get to do the cool Tenyi stuff. Right on. Okay, okay. Always have respect for that. Sword Soul is such a cool deck. I definitely don't play it as often. Well, I mean, God, I feel that about so many different decks, because there's so many different decks I like to play. But, like, Sword Soul is one I definitely don't appreciate as much as I should, because, like, it's so easy to be like, oh, you know, normal summon Moye, and then a bunch of emojis, right? But no, but the Tenyi monsters are, like, a really cool part of actually comboing off with this deck. I love good Sword Soul players who can go off with just the Tenyi monsters. Exactly. You get exactly what I mean. So we're summoning the Longyan while the Ashina is still on the field. Oh, so that way we can Baron and then do the Ashina. Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. And have we... I guess it depends on what the last card is, but I think we can get another level 8 Synchro here. Nib check, yep. Yeah, 1, 2, 3... Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, yep. This is the Baron within 5 summons. Sword Soul is almost never... It's not just never completely dead. Sword Soul has been at least tier 2, I think, for like the entirety of its existence in Master Duel. You could argue that during tier 0 format it was tier 3, but I mean also, you know, everything was tier 2 or 3 that wasn't tier limit, so it pretty much was still tier 2. Like, I've said this a lot on the channel, but if you built Sword Soul when they came out in May 2022 last year, that was such a good investment, because that's 16 months you've had a deck that's been tier 2 or better, like, the whole time. It's such a good investment. I've been hit with Sword Soul pep more times than I like to admit. Yeah, the pep is a very real thing in Sword Soul, especially nowadays. Yeah, it's an incredibly solid deck. Build doesn't even... Exactly. The only time the build has ever majorly shifted is when Hulk got banned. And even then, like, literally the only thing that really happened is we took out Hulk. Our last card was Taya! That's so good! So yeah, we were talking about, some skillful Sword Soul play. Y'all are seeing it right here. It's happening right now. Thinking of a different level 11, but that works too. What other level 11? I mean, obviously you can go into any level 11 synchro, but what's the other... What other level 11 synchros are there? There's Pep, Amazing Dragon, Star Eater. I remember back when that was like the only level 11 synchro. Trishula's 9. White Aura Whale is also 9, I think. Worm 11, Dark Attribute main deck, played in Sword Soul. It has a level... There's a level 11 Trishula? I didn't know that. That's cool. Oh wow, we even adjusted the level of the Adhara up to 2. Wow, that's... There's options. Oh my god, MixP has so many different plays it can make right now. It's kind of insane. Protoss. You're just talking about Protoss. Okay. Here's the Chi Shao. Yep. Oh, we can even pivot into either the Chengying or the Qixing Longyan following this. Qixing Longyan's probably the better one. Yeah, I always forget Protoss is level 11. Except for the fact that it comes after Nibiru on a deck list. Protoss is very unbalanced. I agree. Nemesis is the weirdest archetype ever. Because it's like... Well, there are weirder archetypes, but it's weird that Nemesis is an archetype, right? Because, like, can it even function as a quote-unquote pure deck? Like, Nemesis Corridor Stare. And it's funny, because, like, there's Corridor and Protoss, and I always forget that not only are they both part of an archetype, they're actually in the same archetype. The other weird thing about that archetype is I think they only have, like, one spell/trap card. I think they have a spell card, and that's it. Protoss kills most of my strats these days. It do be doing that. True, I had no idea they were in the same archetype either. Yeah. There's a lot of really weird archetypes out there. Do you think they will ever unban Dragoon from Master Duel? I don't know. Probably not, because the OCG doesn't like it. If they ban Dragoon, Vert would have to go, which would be fine. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But Vert's fine right now too, though, is the thing. Like, I'd argue, like, I'd almost argue that Dragoon is actually the more powerful card between the two right now. Because, like, what is Vert doing right now? Outside of, like, maybe being teched and branded sometimes, right? Escados really lives in Protoss' shadow despite having really similar effects. Well, the problem is that, like, in order for Escado to be good, you have to call a relevant type. But Protoss can always call Dark, which is always a relevant type. So it's like, you know. What did we set? Do I know? Yeah, okay, we did add Blackout. Okay, so we do know that it's Blackout. I'm ashamed I messed up my turn 1 so bad. It seems like a good turn 1 to me. I would rather have Dragoon than Vert. Yeah, there's like an argument to be made either way. I don't know which one I'd rather have, to be honest. I don't play... Sorry, bumped the mic again. I don't play TCG, so I've never played with Dragoon, so... Okay. So, we know they have the Blackout. So we gotta play around that. Let's start with this. Okay, it's getting banished, that's fine. I think some more should be banned in TCG. It shouldn't be banned. It should be in jail for the barrier statues crimes. I agree with that. The barrier statue, it's banned in the TCG, right? If it's not, that would be something. If they banned the Simorg instead of the barrier statue, that's absolutely the wrong decision. Excuse me. And if the barrier statue is banned, then yeah, Simorg can definitely come back. Next cards that can't wait to be, or come in Master Duel are Golden Pride. Me too! I am super stoked for that deck to come, because that deck is just Punk 2. It's literally Punk 2. It's like almost the exact same game plan. You can just jam Punks in there and have double the fun. Plus, like, who doesn't love Amazing Races, right? And it's a whole archetype of wacky... Is it amazing? No, not amazing. Yeah, Wacky Race is not Amazing Race. Amazing Race is that boring reality show. Wacky Race is the fun one. Okay, so we successfully got rid of the Qixing Longyan's effects, but we still have to play through Baron and Blackout, which is a bit much here. I'm going to activate Ogre Dance. Let's just see if this resolves. Although, nah, it's fine. We'll activate Ogre Dance. Because this could potentially bait out the Baron here. But I still don't know if we can play through the Blackout is the thing. Purposely hadn't learned Punk because I'm waiting for them, then I will learn both. Yeah, they're pretty similar archetypes. Okay, let's add... I actually kind of think I add another Zamine. Well, no, there's not really any reason to do that when we can Shard Kusai, right? Well, the reason to do that is for plays next turn. Although there's not really going to be a next turn, is there? Yeah, let's just get Shard Kusai. Let me think about this for a second. So if I normal summon, activate Deer Note. Maybe this reveal special. Okay, I'm gonna start by activating Deer Note. Reveal that Shard Kusai we just added. Because then at least if we get hit with Blackout now, we'll get something back. No, that was a misplay. Well, I don't think it really mattered. Because here's the thing, right? If I start by normal summoning Zammy and activating the effect, that's a sub from Shirax. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you very much for the sub. It's very much appreciated. How do you join? Let me go ahead and throw the room code in, which I'll definitely have a bot for in the future. So let's summon the Deer Note. Yeah, because here's the problem, right? If I summoned Zaamine first and activated, then it just gets Baroned. So I wanted to play around that, but then I play into the Blackout, which is going to get flipped up now. They'll sack the Monk, pop both my things. I'll get to bring back Zaamine, though, which, okay, so... We definitely just synchro here, I think. Like, I don't think we bother activating, because if we activate Zaamine, Baron's going to negate and destroy it. Yep, join a table, and I will definitely make my way down to you. Summon Jam Dragon Drive. I don't think activating a Zaamine is right, because Baron negates and destroys it. Then we only have the Deer Note, and we lose. Okay. Let's go you... I didn't even think about this either. With this way, we can chain block with the Zaamine. Let's get Sharkusai. Oh, wait. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten Sharkusai. Oh, I think I screwed up here. I think if I had gotten Sharkusai, I kind of had an out by battling over the Baron and just kind of like passing. Which is weird, but then Blackout doesn't stop me, and they can't battle over any of my things. But now, unfortunately, I've opened up the possibility of Blackout happening. Which this would definitely be the time to play it, is right now. Yep. Yep. And they're not activating anything in response to a Punk effect, so Jam Dragon Drive isn't going to be activating here. Pep into the Monk was the plan, yep, but the Blackout, I mean, between the Blackout and the Baron, I really don't think we ever had a realistic way of playing through that, but it felt like we got close, at the very least, so. Yeah, at this point, it's just the Ghost Ogre, and I'm only at 38, so GG's Mixed P. I'm honestly not at all surprised that I've lost this duel, because I've watched you duel many times in the viewer specials, and you are an excellent player. So thank you very much for hopping into a game here. Let's go ahead and roll with a quick ad for just 1 minute, and then after that we'll go ahead and start the next game against Toadette here. So I'm going to go ahead and run that now. What does the queue look like? Ah, it's definitely not too bad at all. Alright. I think I'll do like one more game with Cash Punk, and then maybe one or two, and then I'll swap after that. I am psyched to duel with you. I'm psyched to duel with all of you rather. This is definitely going to be a like more regular recurring thing. I definitely see why people do this. This is very fun. What else was I thinking about as far as like... Oh, that's right, the Halloween streams. I was talking about doing some spooky, scary games when it gets closer to Halloween. Definitely looking forward to that. I'm excited to show, if somehow some of you haven't seen Inscription yet, the horror card game, video game, I'm very excited to show people that. And Faith. Faith is also so good. I'm so obsessed with Faith lately. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Alright. XLX just tuned back in. I haven't been playing Master Duel often. It showed Butchered. I think your turn was still more than fine. And in case you didn't hear me say it earlier, it definitely does not surprise me that you took that W, because I've watched you duel many times in the viewer specials, and I know exactly how good of a player you are. GG's Mixed P. That's a follow from Wabus Prime. Thank you so much for that follow there. It's much appreciated. Speaking of Prime, by the way, I'm sure you all know this, but if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription. And if you feel like using it on me, I would greatly appreciate that. And even if you don't, it's Plunders! Whoa! Hell yeah! I don't know when to disrupt this deck at all, so this is gonna be fun. Oh, it's this deck. It's Plunder Runic. Hell yeah. But yeah, even if you don't have a Twitch Prime sub, it is September, so subs are 25% off. So definitely not a bad time to hop in either way. But of course, if you're just here to watch and hang out, that is more than okay as well. I'm just really glad that you're all here. Still over 50 viewers. Holy moly. This has been a very, very nice stream in that regard. It's I'm not used to having this many viewers. This is awesome. Thank you all so much. That's a sub from Habs MD97. Thank you so very much for that Prime sub there. Alright, the Plunder Patrol Ship Yord is coming down. Now, again, I don't know at all what the choke point for this deck is. It's a Runic deck, so I almost want to save the Imperm for like a Hugin if they have like a follow-up play. Hang on, what does this do? Target a plunder, add it to your hand. If you do, place this card in the Pendulum Zone. What does this do? In the Pendulum Zone, declare an attribute, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon a Plunder Patrol token, fiend level 4, attacks your defense with both players' field in defense mode. Okay, that's fine. Let me hold my toggle to off for a second. Hang on, let me read what this does too. Control plunder, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I gotta figure out if I want to nib here or not. I think I do, because they're gonna summon Blackbeard, right? I think when in doubt, like if you don't know the deck, you probably just summon nib as soon as possible. By the way, reminder, we have a public Discord you're all welcome to join. Thank you very much, Zeke. That is very true. There is a public Discord. Hang on, how big was this nib token? 0. Okay, so we can summon an attack mode. Yes, we have the public Discord that everybody's welcome to join. You don't have to be subbed or anything like that. And I was kind of thinking, one thing that might be fun, we have a channel in the Discord where people can submit replays for the viewer special, right, for the YouTube video. But I kind of thought it might be fun to also, like, watch replays on stream at some point as well. That might be a fun stream idea. Alright, so I don't know... Let's see what they end up doing here. I don't know how Plunder... Oh my god, they can play through nib. I did nib at the wrong time. They can still summon the Blackbeard. Ah! Okay, yep. Funny how everyone freaks out when new cards come. When Runics first arrived, everyone who didn't play them flipped. Now no one even blinks. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, like... The thing about Runics especially is, like... I feel like they got way overhyped and in turn overrepresented when they first came out. Like, people make an argument that Runic was tier 1 when it first came out and then it slowly dropped off. I kind of think Runic was tier 3 from the get-out, like from when it was first introduced into Master Duel. It's just that everybody was playing it. Yeah, it can be fun to watch replays. Yeah, that might be fun. I agree. Definitely agree. Runic's stun made me want to become the Joker. Definitely a lot of Joker arcs happened during that time period. I think this is drawing for 2, or is it 3? No, it's 3 because of the tip, that's right. The snib also makes it so we can't summon the Cashier Unicorn here, which is definitely a little bit awkward. Second Imperm is definitely not a good draw in the slightest. Alright, let's see what we got here. I want to start by activating the Ogre Dance. That happens with every single new meta deck on Master Duel. People freak out about every new deck. Very true. Very true. Let's add the Xamine. Monster effect, discard or plundered. It negates and destroys. Okay. That's a bit of a problem, because I don't really have plays if I don't resolve Xamine here. But we're kind of forced into this line anyway. I guess we at least I don't like this. I don't like this at all, actually. Yeah, I guess I'll activate Zamine and get negated. Like, I don't really know what else I was supposed to do here, honestly. I will admit I did not read this until I saw in chat that somebody said it negated. So that was definitely on me, but couldn't you destroy it first? Yeah, I could have battled. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I don't know. There's some times where I just don't even think about battling as an option. I'm like, oh yeah, you can just attack. You don't always have to use an effect to remove. There's this part of my brain that's like, the battle phase is for OTKing. It's not for removal. So, yeah, we misplayed. We lost to Zamine for no reason here, but to be fair, I don't know how many, like, okay, we would have normal summoned Zamine, activated, added Foxy Tune, probably pitched a Unicorn. The problem is that the Fountain is in play too, so it's like, this card, special 1 plunder from your deck. I don't want that to resolve. The battle phase is for dropping 2 evenly. That's good. I like the specifically 2 evenly. Alright, let's battle now at the most correct time. This is the Flashing Fire, okay. So yeah, I mean, that's what I was kind of saying earlier. Like, the Fountain, we were going to get hit with a Runic spell, I think, no matter what. But, of course, that doesn't make it incorrect to have, you know, I still did it wrong, I guess is what I'm getting at. I feel like, okay, I don't know if anybody else has this experience. I'm trying to think if I've ever beaten Plunder. Surely I have at one point. But I feel like Plunder's that rogue deck that I just always get wrecked by. I feel like everybody's got at least one rogue deck that they just always get wrecked by. No matter, like, no matter how good the matchup is or how much higher tier of a deck yours is, you know. I never see enough to know how to play against it. Exactly. No, that's a very real thing that I encounter all the time where, like, you know, I see the meta decks and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't mean to right click. That was a complete, I literally just put my hand on the mouse and, well, I get another opportunity to activate Unicorn here, but, yeah, no, like, you know, with meta decks, you know what to expect, or at least I do, because that's why I tend to study more often, but, you know, when it comes to the rogue decks, it's like, I've never watched a combo guide for this, and I don't play against it often enough to, like, know what to do. So, okay, looks like that accidental right click actually did matter here. Although, I gotta be real, I don't think I would have known enough about the deck to have banished this anyway. That's a follow from Descend. Thank you very much for that follow there. Much appreciated. That's why diverse formats are a bit rough. Yeah, that is why a lot of players, like, oh my god. To be fair, okay, look at this extra deck. Unicorn was never doing anything here anyway, so I guess I'll take your last Yord. Sure. Yeah, a lot of, especially a lot of, like, highly competitive and/or pro players tend to really like, one deck metas, like tier 0 metas, because it does tend to allow for a lot more, like, I guess, skill expression, but at the same time, it's like, I value diversity. I really value deck diversity because I just like playing a lot of different decks. I've never been one to have, like, a pet deck. I just get bored if I play the same deck too much, so in that sense, like, during tier 0, during tier limit 0 format, like tier 0 in Master Duel, like, the matchup was fun and it was very skillful, but during the end of it, like, I was getting a little bit bored. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad for that. That sounds a little bit weird because that boredom was what made me build, like, Punk Sprite, and, like, I'm so glad I decided to build that deck and play it in the MCS. Overzealous Sloth, first time catching a Hex stream. Hell yeah, welcome. Still got about an hour left, too, so you came at a good time. We're doing some viewer duels. I don't think it's gonna really matter when I use these imperms, but oh, but they already have a, what am I doing? They already have a fountain in play. Not me, you could play zombies forever. well, to be fair, zombies you can also build like a million different ways too, but nah, I get what you mean. But they get no love. They don't get any love. Zombies are a really cool deck, and I've been meaning to come back to them for a minute. Zombies are a great, like, pile archetype, or just type in general, I guess, right? Yeah, no home mid at all. Zombies, fun, had fun playing them with Branded. Ooh, that's a good, I don't think I've tried playing them with Branded before. What have I played zombies with? I've played them with Eldritch, I've played them with Punk, I've played them... Excuse me. I've played 60 card piles, I've played 40 card piles, I've played them with Scythe. I played them with the Braver hand ripping when that was a thing. I've been tuning up your Sprite Bestials and I just love that deck so much. Hell yeah, I think that's the next deck we're gonna play is Bestial Sprite Synchro after this game. So we played a bit with Scareclaw Mathmech, we played a bit with Cash Punk. So fine, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's plunder. I don't know. We can't get domed in the battle phase here because of runic spells. So, but that's you know, very little consolence. Hey, we got the whole fleet out here. We got the fusion, the Xyz, and the synchro. Oh, oh my god, I literally get it. I literally just got it. You equip the plunders to the boats because they crew the ship. I get it. It finally makes sense. I tried them with tiers, 60 cards, but pure tiers are much stronger. I mean, yeah, that's the thing with a lot of pile decks, right? Like, whatever pure variant of an engine you're playing is probably going to be better than the pile. But that's what makes pile decks so fun, is that, like, you know, you get to see if you can amass something that's, like, more than the sum of its parts. It usually dictates that it has to go off, but, like, you know. Glad I haven't seen you play enough, and I feel like I'm setting a bit, just getting better at it. Yeah, I haven't played it recently just because I wanted to get up to Master before Pearly. Well, okay, this is actually not true. I actually did play Bestial Sprite Synchro a little bit in, like, Diamond 5 or 4, I think. And I had 4 replays, which is usually what I save for a video. But then, after I recorded a different video, I deleted all my replays, including my Bestial Sprite Synchro replays. So I couldn't use them for a video, because I didn't have the duels anymore. So that's also part of why it's been a bit since I've uploaded Bestial Sprite Synchro. Sad. It happens, you know. It's whatever, we just play more games, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like we're not going to play more Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Pals have an astronomically high ceiling, but are super inconsistent. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, certain pile decks you can actually get to be pretty consistent, but because you're playing a million different engines, you're probably activating, like, a lot of different effects. So, aside from consistency, which does tend to be an issue for a lot of pile decks, the other issue pile decks often face is that they have a lot of choke points. So it doesn't really matter what hand trap gets opened against them, it's probably going to stop them at some point. Like that's why Auroradon plays are a lot more tame nowadays than they were. That's for multiple reasons. One, you can't really do one card Auroradon plays anymore, which you could with Hulk. And two, because you were doing one card Auroradon plays before, you could just have, like, the rest of your deck. Also, Crossout was at 3 during that time, so it was harder to hand trap in general, but now you have to invest multiple materials, and often your normal summon is just making the Auroradon. And then there's so many different points where you can get disrupted, right? There's so many different choke points, so. My biggest problem with them is I read too slow and accidental button presses are much more punishing. That is definitely a fact. Okay, I'll say accidental, like misclicking, is a huge factor for Pearly. I've noticed that while playing Pearly, because, like, when you activate a Pearly quick play spell card, sometimes you have to click through, like, 3 different prompts, and they're all yes or no's, and what you answer, like, matters for every one of them. So I've had a lot of games with Pearly, not like a lot, but I've had quite a few games with Pearly where I'm losing because I'm misplaying, because I'm misclicking. It's like, I know what I want to do, I just don't click the right button. So, it's skillful, you gotta not only know what you're doing, but you also gotta pay attention. Also, GG's, Toadette, with your Plunder Runic deck, was an awesome duel. Thank you very much for that one. And, yeah, we can go ahead and hop into the next game here. Although I think, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Bestial Sprite Synchro. Whoops, I'm checking the deck because I'm still on the table. So let's exit the table, change to Bestial Sprite Synchro, and play against Latromi here. Sorry, I'm assuredly butchering your name, but all right, let's go ahead and get started. I hope we see some heroes. Good luck, have fun. Yes, GLHF to you as well. Heroes are cool. We like heroes, even if they end on floodgates. It's fine. It's one of those decks where you gotta like combo to end on your floodgates, you know? Alright. Okay, you have Ash Blossom. It's funny, in these viewer duels, I'm actually like rooting for you all to have Ash Blossom and Call By when I open Max C. So, minigame cleared, we get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! This hand is okay. Hopefully this this comes up as disruption. It's D-Link. Okay. Alright, D-Link is happening. We are linking the dragons. Heroes get a pass on floodgates. They paid for it. They paid for it, and they're in archetype, right? So it's a little bit more excusable. Alright, we're gonna let these resolve, but then after these resolve and the Wyver Burster gets added, we're gonna go ahead and fire off this Saronir and get that dark monster out of the graveyard. So that way, they hopefully will not be able to continue to combo. It's too bad we couldn't stop the search for the boot sector, because if they have a rocket monster, they do get to still keep going here. Bestials are weird against Dragon Link. Sometimes they're enough, and sometimes they're not. It's just super hand dependent. Okay, looks like we do have a rocket monster in hand, so the plays are going to continue happening here. Boot Sector is going to be summoning the Rocket Synchron. And that's it. Okay, good. But we can still link into either the Spheres or the Romulus. Let's actually see which one it ends up being. It's the Romulus, so we can keep going. Okay. Oh, cool. I'm trying to learn this deck. Yeah, D-Link is, I think, up there with Pearly as not just one of the best decks of this meta, but also one of the hardest to learn. Because both decks play very non-linearly, and what play you make is entirely dependent on what your hand looks like, and in the case of both decks, your hand is often like constantly changing as far as what you can have access to, so on and so forth. So they do follow general play patterns, so it's not like they're impossible to learn. It's not like you have to freestyle every single hand, but they are extremely non-linear. Yes, definitely. It's funny because I find with decks like Dragon Link and Pearly, I find that the more difficult hands to play are the ones you actually have a lot of good stuff in your opening hand and you have a lot of options. Because if you only have the one line, then you just do the line. But when you have the ability to do anything, it becomes very overwhelming very quickly. Especially with D-Link. Like, God, if you open hands that are like multiple quick launches and Safer and Ravine, it's like, oh my God, what do I even do here? Like, you know what I mean? Might I ask, is it fair to get Rongo in a pure Heroic Champion deck? I think that Rongo would not have needed to get banned if one of the materials, even just one of them, needed to be a Heroic Champion monster. I think it could have stayed at that point. Well, that's like Adamanticators, my first meta deck where I discovered Hex. Adamanticators are awesome. I am sad that they are effectively dead in the water. Okay, now we're going to go for the Heavenly Spheres. And then we get to add a Collapse Serpent as well. Right on. I also never encountered Rongo. I encountered Rongo a few times. I also did my fair share of Rongoing people, but I did that with Phantom Knights back in... that's actually one of my first streams where I got my 18-game win streak playing Phantom Knights, playing the Rongo Gossip Shadow Turbo. Which is a lot of why I got 18 wins in a row. I think I was also in Diamond. Or no, I was in Plat 1, because that was before they added Diamond, right? I think Rongo would have been broken no matter what. OCG was using a Heroic Champ engine to summon him in certain decks. Yep. I think that's with the MX Saber Invoker. Maxi... No, we need to negate this. Yeah, we need to negate this Maxi. I can't get nibbed. Not in this deck. Not like this. I don't know. Okay. We do have to worry about the Heretic Seal, and that's going to also get a Jerusalem, which we need to think about. Do we force the Spheres? I think we do, yeah. I was a boomer playing exclusively Blue Eyes. Hex taught me how to play meta. It happens to literally everybody. It happened to me too. Like, you know, all gotta have that process of realizing, like, oh, meta Yu-Gi-Oh is actually like fun. What the fuck? Or at least I think so anyway. But yeah. Okay, so we gotta force this Heretic Seal. I'm trying to think about how I want to do that. This bounces, right? It puts it back in the hand. I have an idea. Because I don't need my normal summon for either of those. Maybe we do this and just see what we mill first. Yeah, let's activate tuning. And just see what happens here. We're gonna add Assault Synchron. We milled. Wow, my god! That was like the best possible mill! Holy moly. That's like the card I was thinking of. I was like, if I happen to mill Saronir, which I only play 2 Saronir in this build, so I only had the 1 left in the deck. Okay, so I have a lot of options here. We could summon the Lubellion and activate it, because we are actually playing Branded Regained in this build. We could also normal summon Shinobi Necro and sync for 8? I think it's better to normal summon the Shinobi and sync for 8 here, because we can always summon Lubellion and set up Regained later. We have options. We have plays. We have plays 4 days. Plays 4 days. Does anyone know if Runic and Sky Striker can work together? They can, actually. And the funny thing is, I've actually, on the channel, yeah, I have actually, on the channel, played a Runic Sky Striker variant where you play 40 spell cards. You just don't even play any monsters or traps. It's literally just 40 spells. Okay, so I want to force the Spheres. I don't want to go into Chaos Ruler here because Chaos Ruler is going to get bounced. Like, it won't get negated, but still, like, getting bounced is awkward. So I'm going to go for the Excel Stardust here and try to bring back the Shinobi Necro and then see if I can go for a Baron here. I'm just going to, again, we're forcing the Spheres before we go into Chaos Ruler here. When tuning mills go crazy. God, I know, right? Although, I guess to be fair, we didn't even need to mill the Saronir because we would have sent it before making any plays where we'd summon Lubellion anyway here, so... again, when the Spheres activates, we're not out of the water just yet, because we're still going to have to play around the Jewel Swarm that's going to inevitably get summoned. But that shouldn't be nearly as bad. Like, that should be fine. Nice thing about getting the Shinobi Necro in the graveyard also first is that we can banish it with the Magnum Hut and have another level 2 tuner option. So, we have a lot of options for plays here. Still at 58 viewers. Holy cow. That's incredible. Thank you all. I know I keep saying that, but I just really want to stop and acknowledge everyone who's here and watching. It's just incredible. I did not think we're going to get, like, consistently over 50 viewers. That's pretty rad. Yeah, thank you all. It's awesome. Thank you all so much. Okay. We still, actually, this is a little bit awkward. I didn't realize we'd still get back to Shinobi Necro. Because, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? The effect isn't getting negated. We summoned a Magnum Hut and not Druid Storm. That's actually a pretty huge relief. We're definitely going to banish something out of their yard. Keep going live and I'll be here. You might only even get my only sub. Hey, I'd be happy to earn that. Yeah, that's resolving. We're not going to negate it. I also see a first-time chat from Xmon ad Linux. Thank you very much for showing up here. See Blumby down there too. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, so we're going to summon Magnum Hut here. And we're going to do so by banishing one of our opponent's cards. I think the best card to hit out of their yard... Well, they already have the Rocket Synchron in the yard. They have multiple lights and darks. Let's just hit the seal then. Yeah, we'll hit the seal. Actually, we know they have Collapse Serpent, right? Because didn't they add that? So, yeah, so we should try to get the lights out of the graveyard if we can manage to get multiple stuff out of there. We'll activate our own Magnum Hut effect here. Let's just go for the Chaos Ruler now. This is once per turn, right? Yes, okay. Hey Hex, after our game today, I'm going to have to leave, struggling to keep my eyes open. It's 10:18 p.m., which doesn't sound late, but I'm looking up to... That's... Oh, wow, especially for an 8-month-old son. Yeah, no, definitely, if you need the rest, go ahead and get that rest. Thank you so much for hanging out and dueling, Duel Breakers. I had a lot of fun playing against you. Yeah, and just thank you for being here in general. It was awesome having you. Valor's going to end up negating our Chaos Ruler, but that's fine, because funnily enough with this deck, the Excavate is like... kind of the least important part of Chaos Ruler. Let's summon the Exalt Synchron, and I think we can find lethal here. Yeah, we can find lethal. Wait, let me think about this for a second. We sink into Baron, we bring back Chaos. Yeah, we have lethal. There's no way we don't have lethal here, so. Alright, here is the Baron de Fleur. Alright, now summon Chaos Ruler. I've hit Angler with tuning so many times, it makes me so happy. You lucky dog, I've only done it one time. It was actually really recently, too. Ooh, I didn't realize Zubillion was our only light. We might not have lethal this turn. No, maybe? No, we do. Because we have Assault Synchron in the yard, right? Yeah, we're good, we're fine. Let's just summon Cheng Ying here. We could summon Chaos Angel and Banish, but we can just pop with the Baron instead. I think the Cheng Ying threatens a little bit more, just in case we somehow don't win the duel on this turn, but... Gotta keep going, gotta show you the Jelly card. You don't have to. If you need to get some rest, like, I think you should definitely get some rest. We don't even actually, we don't even need the Baron pop here because we can just do this. Keep getting those light monsters out of the yard. There we go. It's actually lucky that we end up in a situation where the Bestial Sarnier was enough, because that's definitely not the case all the time against Dragon Links, but thank you so much for the game. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name again, Latrami. Thank you so very much. I definitely appreciate you stopping in and dueling here. Let's go ahead and do one more ad break because I see it in the queue, and I think this might end up being our last one for the stream. So let's run that, and then we'll go ahead and run the next duel against 8 bots here. I'm going to go ahead and click that now. You just crafted a Royal Valor? Hell yeah, congrats. That's awesome. Alright. Yes, I am psyched to duel with you as well, 8 bots. Okay, Duel Breakers, you're up next. So hopefully this duel won't be like too long. And then I see Alnick here. Yeah, we should have time to get through a few more people. I'm gonna go for another like 40-ish minutes, I think. Somewhere in the neighborhood of like 40, 45. I'll go a little over 3 hours. That's probably going to be what I generally just do as far as like stream length. I think for the average stream anyway, I think 3 hours is like a good baseline for me as far as like what I usually have the energy for. I mean, obviously I'm not opposed to doing longer than that as well, but Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Let's go ahead and start this duel against 8 bots. I was just saying, for those of you who were on the ad break there, that probably going to go for another about 40, 45-ish minutes or so. I'm thinking that right at about 3 hours is usually what I have energy for when it comes to streams. I'm opposed, of course, words brain. I'm of course not opposed to potentially doing longer streams as well, and if I'm getting into it, I'm not going to always stop at 3 hours, but... Ooh, this hand is really awkward. In fact, it's so awkward it doesn't have any plays. That's, Huh. So... We don't have, like, any plays at all in this hand. What the fuck? Like, if I could summon a Bestial monster with the max and normal summon the max C, that's actually a sprint, but... Okay, I think we actually let the Ash Blossom resolve here. And then we just pass, because we were going to do that anyway, because this hand is garbage. I mean, this hand isn't... This would have been a phenomenal going second hand, but going first, yeah, this ain't it. My only royal in this deck is a Beaver. Beaver's not a terrible royal. 8 bots has a call by. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in fact happening this turn. Alright, we do have the Ash Blossom and the Nib and 2 Bestials, so I mean, we're definitely not lacking on any disruption. It's Nimble Beaver. No, I'm not going to Ash Blossom that. I'll wait for Sprint or Gigantic. Actually, we need to wait for Gigantic because we have this bad boy in our hand, so that needs to come down. Especially Little Boy Blue, that's fine. Not going to chain that. Never Ash Blossom the Blue or the Jet. Just save Ash Blossom for Gigantic or Sprint. Those are the best targets. Speaking of Little Boy Blue, how you doing over there? Haven't talked to you much this stream. How you doing, buddy? I love this little guy so much. Best mate, best mate. Alright, yeah, we're definitely negating this. Another... Oh, it's a cross out this time. Ooh. This is awkward. Because now we can't summon the Bestials or the Nib. Oh. That's a bit of a yikes. So, yeah, we're going to let that get negated. Not that we can do much about it. I'm just really trying to feel better about myself by saying, I let that get negated. I let you negate that Ash Blossom. Yep. Just inhaling copium over here, don't mind me. Why on earth does Gigantic lock both players? That's a good question. What a silly thing to put on a card. I agree. The funny thing is, too, like, Gigantic came up before Bestials. Like, that feels very premeditated. And you know, Nib was obviously a thing, right? Like, well before Gigantic, so, like, it was always done with Nib in mind, I think, too. There's no way it wasn't. Probably to beat a specific rock in your hand. Yep. Gonna draw 2 with the triple tack here. That's definitely correct. Like, I know I often talk about hand ripping with triple tack, but that's usually on turn 1 where I think it's good with the majority of the time. In a situation like this, especially where 8 bots can pretty reasonably assume that I don't have anything, which I don't, then yeah, I think it's definitely better to draw 2 in a situation like this. Elf bringing back Dust Swap. Swap sending, was that Ronin or Dupe? That was Dupe. I thought I was going to hate having Dupe Frog in the deck, but it's actually totally fine. Okay, I've always wondered when you said that how Gigantic beats Nib, I never noticed both were locked. Yes, that's why. So, as I'm playing Sprite in this meta, especially, now that Nib is a very real thing again, we're definitely always, like, Giganticing as soon as possible. Because we have to play around Nibiru, right? Because here's the thing. It's better for comboing to Sprint and then go into Gigantic it makes the plays a lot more clean. But we need a gigantic within 5 summons just to make sure that, again, we're playing around the Nibiru. So, and yeah, the Gamma Burst is going to be far more than enough for lethal here. So that's going to be a GG's. Thank you for dueling 8 bots. Love to see Sprites taking a W, even if it's against me, because I love Sprites. What can I say? What can I say? The deck is rad. So thanks for dueling. Huh, I noticed the stream on my end, it's got a bit of a quality dip. Is that the case for everybody else? Is the quality, like, kind of dipped? Hopefully that fixes itself soon, or hopefully it's only on my end. But definitely going to get in this duel against Duel Breakers here, so you can get off to bed there. That was literally a custom-made hand, I feel bad. Nah, you're good. Okay, it looks fine to me, good. So it's only the player on my side that's like all blurry and fuzzy right now. Beaver Blue Sea called by Crossout Drew triple attack. Holy moly. What a hand. What a hand. That is actually the custom hand. It's glitchy AF. Ooh, okay. I wondered if that was happening. I wonder what I can do about that. I don't want to restart the stream this late into it, but if the stream is glitching up for people, is it glitching up for multiple people? Because I saw somebody say it was fine, and I saw somebody else say that it's glitchy. Hexbots, you have the God Hand, literally. Yeah, God Hand. Looks fine on my phone. Okay. Per Lily is happening here. Fine for me. Okay, good. Yeah, it's still fuzzy on my end, but if it's good for most people, looks fine on my end. Okay, cool. Good, good, good. Per Lily adding the stray Pearly Street. So I imagine we already have the My Friend Pearly, because stray Pearly, well, it's so hand dependent what you add here. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Also, 2-top 286. Or 2-top, 2-top? T-U-T-O-P, 2-top, 2-top 286. Thank you very much for the follow. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier with Pearlies being non-linear, right? Because the, what you add with Per Lily is so hand dependent. It's, if you don't have My Friend, it's usually My Friend most of the time, but, that doesn't matter, yeah. I always make a decision with that for some reason. Kecleon Fanatic, thank you so much for the follow. Also, good choice of Pokemon. Kecleon's a really, really cool Pokemon. Sleepy Memory discarding the Imperm here, so it looks like we're gonna get Noired. Does this deck play an out to Noir? It does. We shouldn't have too much trouble getting into it, hopefully. Okay. I think I might actually Ash Blossom this. That sounds really weird, but I feel like Duel Breakers is really digging for this Delicious Memory right now. I don't know if this is right or not, but I'm going to Ash Blossom here. Because they don't actually need the Delicious Memory to summon something. They just need it to be able to play the Plump and then go into the Noir. But here they have to go for Beauty instead, which does still have a monster effect negate, but more than really cool. It's the best. I remember, so Pokemon will often like to tease the next generation, like the anime and stuff, right? Does anyone else remember the episode in Johto where, like, the lady had 2 Kecleons, and it was, like, one of those moments of, like, what is that thing? What is that thing? That's cool. That was always my favorite Pokemon moments as a kid, when they would spoil, like, something from the next gen, like, a little bit early, and be like, okay, I saw a tweet about this a couple of weeks ago, and I 100% had this exact moment. Like, I don't know how many other people did either, but that moment when you were when you were watching the first Pokemon movie in theaters, and at the very beginning, during the title sequence, when Ash is battling that random trainer, and they send out a Donphan, and it's like, what is that? Because that was the first time we'd ever seen Donphan, ever. And it's like, wait, what is that thing? What is that thing? And everyone, like, everyone on the playground was talking about it at school. Like, did you see that Pokemon? It's not in the Pokedex. What was it? It's like, Such a good moment. Very smart of them, too. That's like such good marketing on their part. Just like, yeah, good stuff. Good times. And then I remember, like, I don't remember if it was like a Burger King card. I think it was. I think it was because, like, Burger King did, like, the cardboard trading cards as toys. And Donphan had one. I remember the description was something like, a mysterious Pokemon that Ash battled against recently. It's not in the Pokedex, and it just added even more to the hype. Such good times in general. Okay, so we have the beauty that we have to play around a monster effect negate as well as one card in hand. So either way, I think we're going to go ahead and start by normal summoning the Nimble Beaver here and activating the effect. Also, almost forgot for a moment that I was playing Sprite Synchro and not regular Sprite. Yup, too bad it was Donphan. Donphan's fine. I think Donphan's a cool Pokemon. Plus, like I said, Kecleon got its time in the spotlight to be the new premier Pokemon too. So, okay, because I was about to just fire off the starter, but no, we're Sprite Synchro, so we can't do that. We can't actually go into Synchro plays here, right? We could go into Sprint, but that's probably going to get negated by Beauty. I'm going to go into Jet first. I probably should have summoned Carrot first, actually, but it should be fine. That was such a funny Burger King card, right? Because the Burger King card pretty much just said, like, we don't know what the fuck this thing is either. But again, it was cool. It was hype. It was very hype. Okay, let's summon the Carrot. Seeing your hand, I was confused. Like, was that a mirror match? Yeah. That's another thing I really like about this deck, is that you can really easily, like, take people by surprise. Alright, I guess we're just gonna Smashers the Beauty here, so that way we can resolve the Sprint. Although that will give them... Oh... But we have the They are going to get the quick play spells on the summon. I'm actually more concerned about the summon, because I'm really just going to try to win the duel on this turn. I remember getting the Blue Eye Shining card from the Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Yes! Oh, that's another actually good childhood memory I have. I remember, specifically, it was my grandparents who took me to see the Yu-Gi-Oh movie in theaters, and... I remember, you know, at the ticket booth, they give you the pack of cards to go with the movie. And I remember the lady looking at my grandparents and being like, do you guys want card packs as well? And of course, I nudged my grandparents and was like, say yes, say yes. And they got them and just gave them to me. My friend Pearly is activating. Both these effects are activating. Okay, do I want to negate the effect that adds a bunch of quick play spells? You pulled the same extra card scam with your grandparents. That's good. That's classic. Oh my god, actually, wait a second. What do I value more here? Do I actually need the extra level 2 body to combo? Or do I negate the My Friend? I think I don't negate the My Friend here. Oh, but I was supposed to chain Maxi. Oops. I missed out on a draw there. Base grandparents, grandpa gonna pull Exodia. That's good. Yeah, I remember, like... I also remember going there and, you know, having... Like, there were obviously other kids there to see the movie, and, like, as we were waiting for the movie to start, there were kids dueling in the theater lobby, and I just had this moment of, like, fuck, I didn't even think to bring my cards. You know, I had one of those moments, so... But it's funny, because then I got to tell a couple of the kids, because I went to locals at a pretty early age, and I, like, told a lot of the kids, they're like, hey, there's this place where you can go play in tournaments every week, and I started seeing a couple of them afterwards, so that was neat. This is cool, but time to work. Thanks, talk to you Wednesday. Yep, see you later, Onslaught. Thank you for joining us here. Carrot was negated anyways. It was negated, you're right. Never punished. Never punished. Okay, so, let's see what we have here. Well, if Carrot's, well, but the other two are weaker anyway, so, yeah, we're gonna go into Sprint from here. We're gonna send the Beaver and the Angler. I'm really glad you started streaming. I've been watching you on YouTube for a while. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Alright, we're going to use Sprint to actually send the Shinobi Necro and not the other Angler, which looks kind of weird, right? But we have the Druiswarm in hand, so we can banish the Shinobi Necro to summon it, and also summon the Druiswarm, and then go into Chaos Ruler. Are we back as, Okay, it says the stream's going. I think we are, in fact, back. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, the internet went down in the middle of that. So, let me refresh this 1 second. Alright. Duel Breakers, I'm so sorry. We were in the middle of the game there. I'm gonna resume that duel with you there. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. Just lost connection there. So close to the end, too. Oh, well. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and hop back in. Hopefully Duel Breakers is still here. Sorry about that. Back, baby. Yeah. Just a minor interruption there. Let's see what we got. Oh, Duel Breakers, I'm sorry. Did you leave? I totally understand if you did. I know it was late. I'm sorry. I know you said you wanted to duel again. Oh, no. Okay, we're restarting. Okay, good. Alright, good. You are here. Alright, let's get back into it. Yeah, we were relatively close to the end, but I didn't want to end it off there, so. Okay, I hope you have the Ash Blossom again. Did you Ash Blossom a sea last time? I think you did. Okay, you have a cross out. Okay, minigame cleared, we get to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, etc., etc. Alright, so let's see how this ends up playing out. Oh no, you didn't have this. Wait, did you have? No, I think you chained the quick play spell to the Max C last time. What happened? Internet went down for a minute there, but we're back. I hate having to run 8 cards just because of Max C. Yeah, I mean, that is the most feel bad part about Max C, in my opinion. Honestly, even more so than it, like, resolving in a game is just the deck building that comes as a result. Activating the effect of Pearly. This is the Excavate effect, right? Alright. Hopefully this is enough to stop your turn. We'll imperm the Pearly. Okay, yeah, that was enough to end the turn there. Oh no, that was the draw phase. That wasn't the end of it. I forgot, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2023 where you can play in any phase. I just heard the sound of this thing and assumed it was the end phase. Yeah, you might have to close the app and reopen it. Because we got disconnected there. Imagine playing good cards. Okay, well, this is, fortunately, these two cards are pretty much just, like, the combo line of the deck right here. This is, like, the turn, or this is, like, the 2-card combo of the deck. Alright, looks like Breakers has a Maxi as well, but we are also going to blank the minigame here. Missed most of the Sprite games because my wife came over. There haven't been that many Sprite games. I think it was just one other one before this one, so you haven't been missing out. Alright, Assault Synchron. And let's special summon Little Boy Blue. Activate Blue F. We're going to go ahead and grab Jet. Alright, and for those of you who have somehow not had the pleasure of seeing me play Sprite Synchro, I say somehow because I play this deck a lot, but I'll show you how this deck combos. It's pretty cool. You just need Assault Synchron and like literally any level 2 non-tuner monsters and you can do this fun little line right here, right? We can Assault Synchron plus the Sprite Blue and go into Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch's effect will allow us to either increase or decrease the level. In this case, we're going to want to increase the level up to level 6. Now we can tune the level 6 Cupid Pitch with the level 2 Sprite Jet in order to summon Chaos Ruler. This will, of course, not only allow us to summon the Chaos Ruler and get the Excavate, but we also get the Cupid Pitch search. Cupid Pitch is mandatory, so it's always going to be Chain Link 1, which I actually don't like. I really wish I could make Cupid Pitch Chain Link 2, because that would not only chain block the Chaos Ruler, but sometimes you Excavate our target for Cupid Pitch, which in this deck is actually Caligo Claw Crow, off of the Chaos Ruler, and that feels kind of bad, because then you don't get anything off the Cupid Pitch. Here I'm going to add, I've already specialed the blue, but I haven't normal summoned yet, so I guess we'll just take the blue to maybe have another level 2 monster if we need it anyway. So now the Cupid Pitch gets to add the Caligo Claw Crow. Seems like a weird Cupid Pitch target, right? But it's a level 2 monster that can be special summoned just as long as we control a dark monster. So if you have Chaos Ruler out, you can special it alongside the Ruler, and then cool thing you get to do here is you get to link the Crow and the Ruler into Sprite Sprend. So what Sprite Sprend does is normally it's going to set up the Nimble package, right, in a regular Sprite deck. But here we're actually sending the Shinobi Necro. This is because we can then summon Chaos Ruler by banishing the Shinobi Necro as well as the Cupid Pitch out of the graveyard. This combo is nice because it sets up the light in the graveyard for you there too. So here's Cupid Pitch. Now Shinobi Necro is going to come back, which will instantly give us the means to summon the Baron de Fleur. What other good Cupid targets are there for other decks? It's namely Nemesis Corridor, but in certain variations of this deck, what I've done is I've also played Punk Engine, because Xayamine has 600 defense, and we haven't normal summoned yet. So, like, in this combo line, right, if we were playing Xayamine, we could have added that, and then normal summoned Xayamine, and then done Punk plays, which is really cool. So Nemesis Corridor and Xayamine are the other two cards I usually like to grab off of the Cupid Pitch there. Trey, first time chatter, welcome in. Glad to have you. A lot of people ask me, like, why would you not play Nemesis Corridor in this deck? Isn't it way better than Caligo Claw Crow? No, actually, because the Crow is the reason we're able to do this combo line that you're seeing. And the Nemesis Corridor often ends up being super win more, right? Like, you don't want to open it. You can't excavate it off of the, what is it called? The Chaos Ruler. So it's like, it doesn't end up doing anything a lot of the time. Oh, we could summon, yeah, we could just summon Chaos Angel here if we really wanted to. But I'm actually just going to go for the, well, I have Starter, so I can just activate that as well. I'll just go for Gigantic here. Other cool thing about this deck is that you get to do your Synchro plays, and then you can do your Sprite plays afterwards. So the 2-locking doesn't matter as long as you just do it after everything else. Chaos Ruler is the epitome of reduce, reuse, recycle. That is absolutely true. It is the best card for the environment, which is why Konami should never ban it. I seriously, if they ever ban Chaos Ruler, I am going to be a very, very sad person. I already have this idea in my head, like for a video, right? If Chaos Ruler ever gets announced for the ban list, I'm going to make a eulogy for it. I already have ideas for it. But it's one of those rare cases where, like, it's a video I hope to never have to make, even though I have a lot of ideas for it. What effect did we trigger here? Is it the Street Pearly Street? No, that's for Xyz monsters. In the arms of an angel. Right, exactly. Only problem is too much synchro really limits your level 2 play. Not that much, honestly. You'd be surprised. What we usually do here, honestly, is we usually just, like, for turn 1 plays, right? Most of the time, we'll just do a regular Sprite board, but then it also has Baron, and also sometimes Hope Harbinger on it. It's just kind of wild. Alright, let's just move to battle. Chaos Ruler is the goated pile enabler, right? And I don't know. I don't think it's overpowered, right? Like, it is an extremely powerful generic card. Well, it's not even that generic, because, like, I know Light and Dark are the most common attributes, but there are so many good decks out there that don't use Light or Darks, and there are also so many Light or Dark decks that can't summon Chaos Ruler. It's generic. Also, thank you very much, Duel Breakers, for showing up again for another duel. I'm really glad you stayed up for the stream and for hanging out. It was awesome having you here. Thank you so much. Spell Binding followed. Thank you so much for the follow there. Okay, let's go ahead and hop into the next duel against Alnick here. How much longer do I want to keep going? Let's do this, and then I'll do 2 more games after this. So, sorry if there's anybody waiting after. We'll do Alnick, I didn't read, and then whoever's after I didn't read. So, you know, apologies if I didn't get to you, but this is far from the first viewer stream that we're going to be doing. You know, like I said before, we are definitely going to be just streaming in general, like, more regularly, right? So, there are definitely going to be more viewer streams in the future. Also, we're going to have bots in the future to actually help with that. Also, Enderwolf856, thank you for the follow. Alright, draw phase, going to make sure to throw out the Maxi now, in case Cashier Fenrir exists in the deck, the opponent's deck. Oh, you have a Royal Expertly Happiness. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I am actually pretty jealous. That's a good Royal. You don't summon as often as Nora, but it's nice to have the card that is, what is it called? The animation card. Get the Royal. It's Fish! It's the Silly Banished Space Fish, the Goaties. Or, well, fish. So, small tournaments in the future? Hell yeah, I'd like to do a tournament in the future. I don't know, I'm not going to promise it in the near future, because there's obviously a lot of setup that goes into that, but yeah, I would love to do a tournament in the future. That would be a blast. Goaty, my fish! Yeah, that Maxi on turn 1 actually doesn't do as much against this deck as it does against a lot of others. Although it looks like we are going to get a couple of draws here. Wait, what are they exceeding into? Oh, Stealth Dragon, okay. But wasn't one of those level 5? That's why I was confused. Oh, this changed its level, right. That's right, the Sharks are all about being any level between 3, 4, and 5, usually. Ooh, you even have the Royal, is this Places? Or Paces, not, there's no L, but... Alright. I wanted a Royal Pearly so bad I didn't have a single Royal. Preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir. I guess I have a Royal Despian Quiratus. Is like the next best thing. Also, I'm sorry, I opened multiple Maxis against the actual best deck to open 2 Maxis against. I'm sorry, Alnick. You can't deck me out, right? Because this deck summons a lot. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, between my searching and these draws, you're not gonna deck me out, right? Surely that can't happen. But Master Duel tournaments are the best. I've helped run a few before, and they're so good to spectate and commentate. They are. They're a ton of fun. I always have fun playing in tournaments. Let's get Druid Swarm here. Alright, I'm gonna start by... Quick effect, destroy a water monster your opponent controls. Alright, I'm gonna start by normal summoning Nimble Beaver. Nimble Beaver! Alright, yeah, we get the other Angler here. Okay, no response yet. Let's Special Jet next. Oh, hang on. Our stuff being water isn't going to mess us up, is it? We can't Chaos Angel, but we should be good for everything else, right? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. I think we actually get... Do we have a Sprite card in our yard? We don't. I think we still get Smashers here? Yeah. I think this is right. Hopefully this is right. This should be right. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. This card is special summon, target defeats a monster. Banish. This card is banished. Banish a fish. Add this card to the hand. There are no fish in the graveyard right now. Ooh. Do we just banish the Snopus now? I think we do. Because that'll stop any synchro plays from happening, right? And these just summon themselves. Alright. There's no fish in the graveyard, so they can't get it back. So yeah, I think we... Yeah, let's do this now. I think this is right. Alright, let's banish. Quick effect. You can destroy one water monster. If the C7 card is destroyed, summons Kraken Pawn. Stealth Kraken Spawn, rather. Immediately after this effect, synchro. Oh, that. I knew there was some effect I was forgetting. Yeah, they can immediately synchro summon. Alright, that's fine. Imagine somewhere out there's a person with a Royal Max C playset. I've seen the pictures before. Hey Tachi, thank you for the follow. Glad to have you aboard. Alright. Depending on what they sing for, I might actually hit the Stealth Kraken here. It's white Aura Whale. What does this do again? This card is synchro summon, destroy all your opponent's attack position monsters. If this card is destroyed. Yeah, we're gonna. I'm actually gonna banish the Kraken here, because this white Aura Whale isn't gonna do too much. It'll blow up the jet, but that's fine. What does this do? It's just adding back to hand, right? That's fine. I missed the timing on... Oh, you missed the timing on Whale? Really? Wait, really? Oh, when? Yeah, it's a when. You do miss the time. I didn't even realize that. That's unfortunate. That sucks. Yikes. Yeah, that's definitely not the best. Okay, we can summon the Assault Synchron here. What quick effect? Oh, you can synchro still. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Gotta keep that in mind. That you can still synchro into the Beyond. The Goatee Beyond. I laughed because I just thought of Batman Beyond. I recently, I tweeted about this a little bit, but not too much, but a few weeks ago, I finished my big watch through of the DC animated universe, where I watched all the series, because those were my favorite shows growing up as a kid, and I wanted to relive them, and they all held up. They mostly held up. The only one that didn't really hold up was the original Justice League, actually, and it was still fine for the most part. There were just a few episodes that were just total snooze fest, and it doesn't help that every episode in original Justice League is a two-parter, so when you have one that's a snooze fest, you know the next episode's also going to be really boring, but Terry's a great Batman. Batman Beyond was very good. It's funny, I didn't watch Batman Beyond as a kid. That was like the one I didn't watch. And going into it for this rewatch now as an adult, I was very pessimistic. I was like, oh, this is just an edgy 2000s kind of reboot type of show. This isn't going to be... No, it blew me away. I was floored by how much I loved Batman Beyond. Justice League Unlimited is still my favorite one, though. Unlimited is good all the way through. Like, every episode is a banger. Every plot... Like, oh my god. The plot line of... Cadmus is so good. It's one of the best comic storylines I've seen in, like, media as far as, like, you know, outside of a comic book. Yeah, it was just a great show overall. Static Shock, yeah, oh yeah, you cannot forget about Static Shock. That show was insanely good. That show, like, I was floored, like, because I really liked it as a kid, but again, I was going into it a little bit pessimistically almost, like, just the way I was thinking about it. I was like, this show feels kind of kiddie. Is it really going to hold up? No, that show is great. Like, that show is phenomenal. Also here, instead of going into Sprint, I'm actually going to go into Chaos Angel now. Because now, even if the Goatee of the Deep Beyond gets summoned, we can just banish it as it's being summoned. And then, oh, this targets. Well, I guess if nothing else, we force the Goatee of the Deep Beyond here. Episode with Richie's dad changed my opinion. Yep, that's a classic. That's the other thing, too, is, like, Static Shock, it kind of was a kid's show in that it taught you lessons, but it didn't do it in, like, a super ham-fisted way, which was really, really nice. Never seen Static Shock or Unlimited. Watch both. They're both phenomenal. Unlimited, oh God, Unlimited, like I said, is my favorite show out of the bunch. I think I even like Unlimited more than Batman the Animated Series, which is a very close second. Truthfully, was more of a Spider-Man kid. I didn't watch much of the Spider-Man animated show. I watched it a little bit, but I think that one was on like Fox, and I was a kids WB kid, you know. Okay, let's see. Let's activate Chaos Ruler. And yeah, we can get rid of the Calico Claw Crow. Do you watch Bleach? New series is beyond everything. I want to watch it because I watched a lot of Bleach when I was younger. And I was way into shonens. A lot of people rip on shonens, and rightfully so for a lot of reasons, but I still really like a lot of shonens. And Bleach is probably my favorite among them. Actually, it's definitely my favorite among them. Like, because, you know, that was always the debate in the 2000s online growing up, right? It was like Bleach versus Naruto versus One Piece, and I was always on Team Bleach. So I very much want to watch the new Bleach series, yes. I can't help but love shonen. I agree. Shonens are just great. There's just something about them. Everyone's always like, they're campy, they're cheesy, they're predictable, and I'm like, yeah, and I love it. I do, I just love it. What's your top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh series in the franchise? Or Yu-Gi-Oh series in the franchise. Well, I've only seen 5, so I actually haven't seen Vrains all the way through, and I haven't watched either of the Rush Duel series. So, of the first 5... Oh, I gotta think about this for a moment. Well, no, I don't. 5Ds is the best. Well, best versus favorite is something I always struggle with. I think 5Ds is my favorite, and it's probably also the best one. But... you can't do anything like summon something during the battle phase, right? You can! Ah! Okay, but okay, this is during the main phase. Good. Okay. God, they all have their own merits, right? Like, they all have their own merits. I think 5Ds was the best, like, through and through. Like, it was consistently pretty good. A lot of people rip on, like, the Zone arc, and the Dark Center arc was better, but I think the Zone arc was still pretty good, right? Okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna... Let me think about this for a second. Because I need to... I got it. I know I'm gonna do this. Okay. Zexal got off to kind of a slow start, but ended up being really good. Arc... Here's the thing about Arc 5, right? Arc V. Arc V was poised to be the best out of all of them. Like... The first like tournament arc of Arc V, I think is like the best Yu-Gi-Oh anime out there. Like the Miami City Championship during the Battle Royale when the Obelisk Force starts invading. I think that's peak Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I think that is like the best the Yu-Gi-Oh anime has ever been. But the sad thing is it was such a drop off after that, right? The Synchro arc went on too long. And then after that, it's just the quality of the story just started falling off super hard. So yeah, I think this should be lethal here. Arc V promised the moon and left me standing on the sidewalk. Exactly. That's literally exactly what it was. Do you remember the hype behind that show going into the Synchro arc? It was deserved too. Everyone was like, this is just the best Yu-Gi-Oh series. And it was. Like, it was poised to be. I love Exceeds cards, so I have to go with Zexal. Zexal, yeah, again, Zexal started off kind of slow, but the ending was phenomenal. Especially by the time I got to the ending, it was phenomenal. GG's, Alnick. Very, very good games there. I always end up second-guessing myself whenever I play against the Goaties, the Space Fish. Das Space Fish, so. Alright. Got 2 more duels here. I don't read. I'm right there with you. Let's go ahead and go to the next one here. It had built up so much momentum. It really had, like, it really had too. And then there was like, especially when the Synchro era or the Synchro arc started, and like Crow and Jack were in the intro, and there was even more hype. That's good. Zexal's anime ending is infinite times better. Zexal's manga fell apart at the end. It really did. I think I even remember like, didn't one of the creators? I don't remember if it was a writer or an animator. It was a writer, that's right. Because I remember somebody talking about how, like, they changed the villain of the Zexal manga at the last, like, towards the end, because the artists were getting sick of drawing the same villain over and over again. So they asked the writers to introduce a new villain at the very end. Yeah, Zexal manga was, like, all over the place. Only watched the first series. I mean, I will say the first series is the only one I will consistently watch dubbed for like nostalgia reasons. And I think it probably has the best dub. Here's the thing, right? Everyone likes the GX dub for how like memey it is, but I think it's kind of playing out at this point. Like, I don't know, like the characters doing random celebrity impersonations joke is only funny so many times, and like. It's like, I don't know. Plus, here's the thing, too. Like, while the GX dub has a lot of comedy value, the GX sub has a lot of, like, just genuine good anime value that is missed out on the dub. There's so many good lines in the GX sub that just don't get translations, because, like, that's the thing about the GX dub, too, is, like, it makes jokes constantly. It just barrages you with quips non-stop, and it's like... You need a break at a certain point, so... Dawn Thousand's such a chat, yeah. The Baryons. Baryons were such good villains. You had Vector, you had Mizile. Just great, overall. What do you think is the best deck in Master Duel, Cash or Pearly? Pearly is definitely better than Cash right now. That might change when Cash gets its next wave of support, but that's just very much going to depend on, like... Yeah, what all ends up coming out and what all ends up getting pre-hit. Bandit Keith over any other Verser character. Yeah, Bandit Keith is pretty rad. I'm a pretty big fan of Bandit Keith. If you've never read the original manga, what happens to Bandit Keith in there is so much more screwed up than what happens in the anime. That's true of like pretty much everything that happens in the original Duel Monsters manga. I highly recommend reading it if you're a fan of the original series. Like, it's very different. It's very different from the anime. Okay, so here we can special Dakra. We still have the normal summon too, and we have an Assault Synchron in hand. Oh, this is you know what? This is, I think, a hand where we can set up, like, all kinds of shenanigans. Like, here, let's banish this blue, not the jet. Like, I'm gonna summon the Assault Stardust Dragon. Actually, am I gonna do that first? Is that right here? No, I'm not gonna. I lied. I'm gonna do it first. What made you want to be a pixel tuber instead of a VTuber? I like pixel art a lot. I do it occasionally, and I don't know. I've been wanting to draw a sprite for a while just for fun anyway, and it's like. I also wanted to have some kind of a visual representation of myself on screen. I feel like that's what was holding me back from streaming for a long time, because I kind of felt like, I know you don't need that, but like, I wanted it. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just a couple of different factors there in that regard that kind of just made it all come together. Alright, let's summon you. And now, yeah, let's go into Baron and then go into the sprint. Jack Atlas gave some spice in 5Ds. First character that actually knows how to fight. Dude, there's that infamous scene of Yusei like decking those like security guards in the face too. That's pretty good. There's a lot of physical violence in 5Ds. There's a moment in season 1-2 where like it's after Yusei loses to what's his name? The Infernity guy. Kiryu is like the sub name, I think. And yeah, when he's like in shell shock from that, there's a scene where Jack like straight up decks him in the face, you know. It's one of those like get a hold of yourself / snap out of it kind of moments. Let's summon the Chaos Ruler. And then activate the Shinobi Necro. 5Ds is so good. 5Ds is so good. Who's better, Yusei or Jack? I am more of a Yusei fan, but Jack is an excellent character as well. Yusei's probably just my favorite protagonist. Actually, not even probably. It's in a landslide. It's not even close now that I'm thinking about it. I like the other protagonists, don't get me wrong, but... 5Ds brought some of the most insane decks. Well, the other thing, too, is that, like, it was just a good era for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, synchro summoning got introduced. It was, like, this huge, breath of fresh air to the game. I also like Synchro a lot because of all the extra mechanics they've added. Synchro feels the most natural, right? Because if you think about it, Synchro is pretty much just a combination of Ritual and Fusion already. The levels matter, the having a specific thing matters, but you don't need to awkwardly have Poly in hand, you don't need to awkwardly have both the Ritual Monster and Spell. Synchroing Roy just was a streamline of the mechanics. That's why it always irks me when you have Yugi boomers who are like, I know people who, like, still play Yu-Gi-Oh! But don't play with anything Synchro or later, and are still, like, these are very casual players, obviously, and this is, like, coworkers or, like, friends of friends and stuff, but I know people who are, like, I never followed anything after Synchro summoning, and I'm just sitting here, obviously I don't say this because, like, you know, trying to be nice or whatever, but I'm thinking to myself, like, you still play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you refuse to Synchro summon, like, you've had 15 years to learn how to Synchro Summon. That's how long the mechanic's been in the game. Like, at this point, if you're not Synchro Summoning, that's not the game's fault. That's a decision that you're actively making. And if you want to make that decision, that's fine. But again, it's the attitude of, like, the game just got too ridiculous. And it's like, you have valid arguments for making that statement. The existence of Synchro Summoning is not one of them, in my opinion. One character that made me sad is Sky, because Konami had a huge business. Oh, she's the Vrains girl, right? That just, like, lost all the time? Yeah. That's a huge problem for, like, women characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes in general. They just never get, like, the time to shine. I've heard the Rush Duel animes are better about that, but I don't know. I want an anime that's actually, like, the master role, you know? I'm going to Ash Boss in the Signet Mining. No need to use the Hope Harbinger here, because that's more narrow form of negation. Let's also go ahead and activate Sprite Elf now. While we're at it, I'll go ahead and get Jet and add another starter. But yeah, women characters not being allowed to succeed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a tale is literally as old as the anime. I mean, you know, first series Mai. How often is Mai Valentine hyped up to be one of the best duelists out there, and then she just literally loses every duel she's in? Like, it's sad. And even her win against Joey, which was in a filler arc, was also due to Joey throwing, because he didn't want her to lose her soul. It's unfortunate. Without being biased, top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme songs. Okay, hang on. Triple attack to take control of a monster. Let's Hope Harbinger that. I don't know, because, like, are you talking about dub or sub themes? Like, again, it's like, I've seen the first series dub. I don't think I've seen it I have not seen it all the way through sub. Definitely not all the way through. Circular, I'm gonna negate and not destroy? You don't have a normal summon? Yeah, I won't destroy it. Hyperdrive? Yeah. I didn't watch the 5Ds dub much, like barely at all, but like goddamn if that theme song didn't slap. I still say that in videos all the time when I talk about how much I love Synchro Summoning. I'm like, yeah, what can I say? Going fast makes me feel alive. Normal summon the circular, yep. Dubs, okay, dub theme songs. I only know the first 3. I don't know Zexal or Arc V's theme songs. This is fine because they still have Stigma in the graveyard they can summon. So, going between the first 3 animes dub theme songs. I'll even do 4 because there's the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme and then there's like the kind of remixed one. Which I always liked that remixed one a little bit better, I think. Do I imperm here or do I just not care? I'm actually gonna bear on here. That looks really weird, but this gets rid of the circular as a material as well as negating the summon here, which I think is nice. What is my favorite dub opening? Wow, that's actually difficult because they're all good in their own way, aren't they? They really all are. This is legitimately like an insanely difficult decision for me to make right now. I think that my favorite one, I think it's actually GX, which is weird because that's the one I didn't talk about, but The 5Ds one is like kind of catchy, but only the beginning. I gotta be honest, I don't remember much beyond going fast makes you feel alive, my heart beats in hyperdrive. But the GX theme song is just like a classic banger, right? Chilling out with the cruel in the schoolyard, looking for trouble, never looking too hard. I was trying to see if I can remember the words. But back at class, they never taught us this. Some things hit or miss. I don't know, but yeah, good stuff. They're all good in their own right. I will say though that the background music that 4Kids uses is so much worse than they use for the subs. Also, I think I didn't read, or I don't read, might actually have played through my board here. Why didn't I set Smashers? Did I just draw this? I think I was distracted. Because I added this, didn't I? Yeah, I added and just never said it. Oops. Oh well. Ninjago theme song. I think I may be a little bit too old to know what Ninjago is. Is that the Lego thing? See, back in my day, we had Bionicles, which, I don't know. I wasn't super into Bionicles. Not that I hated them or anything, I just, I didn't really play them that much. I don't know. I think you experienced GX the perfect time because you were also in high school. Yeah, I was too, right? Yes. Well, in Japan, GX ended my freshman year of high school, and I was following the subs. I remember that actually. Wow, you just unlocked a memory because I remember like season 4 was starting of GX was starting, and that was the Japanese only season was starting like as I was going into high school, and I just remember like, yeah, I just remember that time in my life. I don't know, just flashbacks. Okay, yeah, now... Oh, shoot, I didn't have my toggle set to on when I meant to. Crap. I was supposed to do this in, Yeah, oops, that was my bad. Wow, that's a throw. I was supposed to imperm on the resolution of the summon, but I didn't have my toggle held to on. Oops. Oopsie. But... they don't have enough to OTK us here. They don't have enough Link monsters in the graveyard, so we might be fine? We'll see. Top 5 animes of all time. We're doing dub, not sub. The Fullmetal Alchemist dubs are really good. The Death Note dub is really good too. Death Note dub is really good, actually. That's up there. If someone asked way at the beginning of the stream what my favorite animes were, I actually really like Death Note, even though it's like it's Death Note and everybody knows it. I still like it a lot. I think it's really good, and I still watch it usually like once a year or so. I'll watch through it. I'll just have it on the background while I'm working on stuff. Are we the same age, 08 grad? No, I'm an 11 grad. But we would have been in high school around the same time, so yeah, pretty much. Okay. Let's normal summon Nimble Beaver. I'm trying to think if I can win this turn. I should be able to. How many cards are banished? And what all do I have in my extra deck again? I don't have Sprint in here now. What do I have in my yard? I don't have an assault. Ooh, okay, I have a ton of stuff in here. Okay, we should be fine. We should be fine. We could even, like... I think we could even Underworld Goddess here and still be fine. Sure, why not? White, woman, jump, scare! Ah! Death Note OP and ending are great. Speaking of anime music, yes, they are. Both seasons are very good, very good. Oh my god, I remember my dad came in when I was watching Death Note once, and it was during the ending credits, and it was the season 2 ending theme, which is that metal song. And I come from the Midwest, so like, you know, my dad saw this like these anime images of like, you know, Shinigami over this like metal music and was like, what in tarnation are you watching? It's just like good stuff, good memories. Maximum the Hormone, that's right. That's right. I remember that when I had that on my iPod. I'd listen to it on the bus on the way to school. Oh god, we're unlocking lots of core memories right now. My child's possessed by the devil. Bah! My dad doesn't actually sound like Hank Hill, but he acts exactly like Hank Hill, so I just always use Hank Hill's voice for my dad. But yeah, pretty much. GG's, I don't read. Nice to see fellow Mathmech players out on the ladder here. Good stuff. All right, we got one more duel. Yeah, it was awesome to duel against you, all of you. And again, we will definitely be doing this in the future and more organized as well. So let's do one more duel against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna go ahead, I think, and call it for the stream here. Tar Nation is your dad, Hank Hill? Yeah, exactly. Yes. I'm not from Texas, and he doesn't sound like him, but in spirit, my father is Hank Hill. Yes. Good luck. Have fun. Yes, same to you as well. I'll let you go first. I went first a lot of those last games. I'll let you go first. Are we really about to start an ad break? I tried to snooze them because I just want to do a few more games here. We might finish before the ad break starts. We'll see. Probably not, though. But, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It's only a minute long. Also, back up to 40 viewers, despite the internet going down. Thank you so much, everybody who came back. Definitely greatly appreciate that. Tri-brigade Fractal. Hell yeah. Tri-brigade Gaming. Let's go. We love Tri-gaming. Keep an eye on the narrative. That's good. That's good. That's good. I like that a lot. Cheat code to making me laugh. Just make a King of the Hill reference. I fucking love that show so much. I actually watched it all the way through in its entirety, like, earlier this year, like 5 months. And this might be a little bit sad to say, but I honestly probably watched that show in its entirety, like, once every year or two. Again, I like, you know, other shows I usually just have it on in the background, but King of the Hill is perfect background show because, like, you can just, like, you can poke your head in at just about any moment. Usually something funny is happening. All right, I'm gonna imperm this rescue cat and hope that's enough. Let's see. No, we have the chaos here. Okay. Oh, it's Scareclaw Tri. Hell yeah, Tri-Claw. Scare Tri. Scare Brigade. The Scare Brigade! My wife and I introduced our daughter to it last week. Hell yeah, good stuff. Scare Brigade, I like that. Now I want a separate archetype called the Scare Brigade. I never saw anything on Adult Swim because my mom wouldn't let me stay up. See, my parents made the mistake of letting me have a TV in my room, so I just got to watch all that shit. I will say, my parents were kind of, like, laid back when it came to, like, bedtimes. I don't know why. I'm just unlocking a lot of, like, childhood memories right now, I guess. But, my parents were always really chill about that. I never really had a set bedtime. Their whole thing was, like, you can stay up as late as you want, but you have to be up for school in the morning. So I slept a lot in school. But I still woke up in time to get to the bus. That was, King of the Hill was Adult Swim, yeah. It was, like, not initially... It was, like, not, like, later on. I think it was in, like, 2008 or 9 when Adult Swim picked up King of the Hill. My dad would randomly burst in and put his ear to the TV and be like, this was just on. Oh, my God. I mean, my parents were, like, kind of like that with different stuff, but, yeah. How are you getting to Master Rank? I'm using cash, I know the combo, but I'm stuck at plat. Got any tips to climb the ladder? I'm not as experienced with, like, pure cashier as I am a lot of other decks. I will say that, like, it's one of those decks where, like, I think kind of one of the reasons is a little on the weak side right now is that that deck kind of lives and dies by 2-card combos, right? Like, Cash in its current form doesn't have really 1-card combo lines, except occasionally Fenrir can do it, but I think it's a little bit awkward in that regard sometimes, because in a best of one, right, not only do you have to win the coin flip, but now, if you're playing a deck where you're relying on a 2-card combo to make your plays, you also have to open those 2 cards and win the coin flip and not get disrupted, so I don't think Cash is a bad deck by any means, but it is going to naturally struggle with laddering a little bit more just due to the nature of how it plays. My mom was pretty strict because I had a video game addiction. I probably had a video game addiction too. That's always weird for me to think about, because like, I don't know if I did or not. Like, I don't know what defines that necessarily. I probably had one as a kid. I no-lifed a lot of games. Mario Kart Double Dash was one of the big ones. That one was baffling looking back, because I didn't even have anyone who I played against. I just, like, would do time trials and practice and get good at the game. Come home at 4 p.m., play games until, like, 2. I mean, I pretty much did that, too. Well, I don't know if I went until, like, 2. No, I'd usually go pretty late. I don't know. What's your thoughts on Black Wings? They're a really good deck. They're a really good rogue deck. Okay, Adbreak is playing right now. Okay, let's normal summon the Caligo. And I wonder if I should just... Well, is there a reason to battle over? Oh my god, it's Revolt! We're not just battling over. Ooh, of course, I knew that Revolt was down. Penguins have them. What's your thought on Black Wings? Penguins have them. That's good. That's good. I remember one time I was watching Arc V, and my roommate came in, and it was when Crow was dueling, and he was like, "Oh, this guy's cool. What's he all about?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is Crow. He plays Black Wings. This is Motorcycle. It's called the Blackbird." And I remember my roommate was just like, "Wait a second. This character's name is Crow. His deck is Black Wings, and his motorcycle is called the Blackbird. Isn't that all a little on the nose?" And I was like, that is all really on the nose, isn't it? There's like no nuance at all to Crow's character whatsoever, is there? Got hit with an ad. Oh yeah. Sorry. What are my thoughts on Black Wings? They're a very good rogue deck. They're an extremely good rogue deck. I always think this about Black Wings. If they had come out, if the Black Wings supported the structure deck had come out in Master Duel like even a couple months sooner, Black Wings would have absolutely been a tiered deck, like at least tier 3, if not higher. But even now, again, I still think they are a very good rogue deck. I was also saying too, I was talking about a time when I was watching Arc V and my roommate came into the room, right? And it was when I think it was when Crow was dueling Kurosaki. And he was like, "Oh, that character looks cool. What's he all about?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's Crow. He plays Black Wings. His motorcycle is called the Blackbird." And my roommate was like, "Wait a second. The guy's name is Crow. He plays Black Wings, and he calls his bike the Blackbird? That's not very subtle, is it?" And I thought, and I was like, no, there's not a single ounce of subtlety to Crow's character, is there? Not even a little bit. Saw a Taco Bell ad. There are some days, listen, 364 days out of the year, I'm like, fuck Taco Bell, whatever. But once a year, I'll have a day where I'll wake up and I'm like, I want to eat some fucking gross ass food. I want some Taco Bell today. Or I'll be like, I want some McDonald's. Like, I don't know, I just have that very, very occasionally where I'll just wake up. And it seriously is when I wake up in the morning too, and I'm just like, I want to eat fast food today. I make their jalapeno sauce because it's all that is worth there. I didn't know they had jalapeno sauce. It's been a long time since I've been specifically to a Taco Bell because there's not really any very close by me. I wish Black Wings were top tier. They were I mean, obviously this was a long time ago, but I remember when Black Wings were top tier. I won my first regional. I had topped regionals before. No, that wasn't a regional. That was like a win-a-box tournament, never mind, that I won with Black Wings. I miss the days of summoning Sirocco, Gale, Shura. Yeah, it's good stuff. I remember Shura came out, because for a minute, in special editions, they did promos from, like, the next set, and the card would be legal, like, before the set came out. And I remember they did that with Shura, right? Didn't they put Shura in the Raging Battle special edition, and it was legal before it actually came out? We didn't have Kalute or Blizzard, so it wasn't, like, as good as when the set actually came out, but there's still a minute where Blackwings were, like, more playable than they would have been in the OCG. I don't know. Hashtag make Utopia a top-tier deck in Master Duel. I remember playing with Xyz's Change Tactics when it came out on Dueling Book. Well, when it came out in the OCG. And it hadn't hit the TCG yet. Utopia was missing that and some other support. But there was a minute where, like, you could play a Utopia deck that would draw, like, 3+ cards off the Xyz's Change Tactics, and, like, it was really good, actually. But it just, we didn't really have it around in the same time that, like, it was just a long time before we got Xyz's Change Tactics in the TCG. And then Dark Strike Fighter came and ruined all the fun. Yeah, it had a way of doing that. Okay, we're using Appaloosa's Last Negate on the Magnum HUD. That's fine. I have a Sprite Blue in hand. What do I have left in my extra deck? Oh, I have everything. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, okay. If we have everything, we're... That's right, because we got stopped really early into our plays. Top decking the Shinobi Necro. That's a really good draw, actually. Oh my god, that's an insane draw. Wait, what? I can't believe I lived through DSF and Teledad. You and me both. Although we did have Edison after both of those, which was nice. God, I remember Edison. Like, don't worry. We knew at the time that we were playing the best format of Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember Edison format so well. I remember having a blast. I remember, like, just reveling in how wide open the meta was. Oh, the ancient, the double Dragon Lord. I should have battled over that first. That misplay is going to literally cost me the duel. Oops. Ah, well. It happens. It happens. Yeah, can't summon anything else, so we just gotta go to end phase here. My brain's a little fried at the moment. Oh, Wise Hex, when will Gladiator be good support? Beats me. Couldn't tell you, sorry kid. Although as long as we're reminiscing, I do remember when they got Geyseris, and that just, like, yeah, that was like the game changer. Herculenos shot up from like a $10 secret rare to a $200 secret rare overnight. I remember I had like 2 in my binder, and then I traded one of them for like a booster box or something, because I thought it was good value. Because like I knew Glads were about to get good, so I was like, oh, this $10 Herc that's about to go up, like, yeah, I'm sure it's worth a box. And then it went up to like more than twice the price of a box, and I was like, oops, oh well. Alright, GG's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna get domed on our last duel. I am very glad it's by tri-brigade Shurg, the Ominous Omen. That is definitely one of my favorite cards, just aesthetically in terms of effects, so. Hell yeah, thank you for the duel, and thanks for the duel, everyone who showed up for the stream today. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We had an awesome time. I had a blast today. I had an awesome time, and I am definitely looking forward to doing this at some point in the relatively near future. Again, I'd like to get bots and stuff set up and make sure we are a little bit more organized, but yeah, thank you everyone who showed up, everyone who subbed, everyone who followed, everyone who watched, and even beyond everyone who watched this live. If you're watching the VOD at this point, thank you. If you're watching over on YouTube, thank you. I just, thank you. I just really can't say it enough. I really can't either. Can't wait for the next one. Hopefully I am actually available to kick your ass with your own deck list. Hell yeah, I'm totally here for it. I'm totally down for it. Alright. Yeah, GG's everyone. All the games were good. Let's see who's on. Let's see if we can raid somebody cool and fun. Let's see. Who is online right now? I don't think anybody I follow is on right now. No. Let's see. Who else is on? Anybody I know? Like anybody I'm at least like a little familiar with? No? Okay, that's fine. We don't have to raid. We're just gonna go ahead and end things here for tonight. So, thank you again, everybody. There's an ad right now. Yeah, let's just end it. Alright, see ya, everybody. Peace. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching it all the way to the very end. That means a whole lot to me, and it's also a fantastic way to support the channel. And if you're interested in supporting the channel in other ways besides YouTube, there are plenty of ways to do that. If you check out the description below, you'll find a bunch of links down there. One of them goes to my Patreon. You're actually seeing the names of everyone subscribed to the Patreon on the screen right now. So if you're interested in getting your name in the credits here at the end, if you want to see more daily Master Duel content, or if you're interested in one-on-one private coaching sessions, I offer all of that on Patreon. I also stream live on Twitch. Feel free to go ahead and click that link and follow and or subscribe there. I also have the Discord community, if you want to follow that link, where hundreds of duelists have already signed up. Free to join, and you can just come hang out, talk about the game, and chill in general. Final link that's going to be in the description is my Twitter. You can follow that if you want some more notifications of what's happening with the channel. So, all in all, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.